Hello, everyone, and welcome back to MIRRORMOURN. I'm your Dungeon Master, Esper, and we've got the crew of these four fine fellows with us once again. We're in the middle of adventure. We're at a pretty key hinge moment, so I'm excited to see what happens. Who are the characters, guys?
Hi, I'm Walykos, and I'm playing Warsor, and I'm playing Walykos, the level 4 Paragon of the Trickster.
I am Vapor. Sorry, excuse me. I am playing. Vince, I'm playing
You did the
Vapor.
same thing.
God
It
damn,
wouldn't
I am.
be an intro if someone didn't switch their real name and their character name around.
The problem is the letters are exactly the same. So
The only one who isn't doing it is Nick, and Adam, we do need your help on this. Whenever Nick's characters die, we're going to keep killing off his character until he creates a character.
Look,
that
it's his
starts with the letter
brother,
N.
Adriel.
Yeah.
You said the same joke I did yesterday.
Even Adriel would be better. So
Yes.
we'll do it. Anyway, sorry, Vapor. You're in.
I am Vince. I'm playing Vapor, the wild magic sorcerer.
I should probably mispronounce. I am Adriel playing Nick. Oh no, I mean yeah, I am Nick playing Adriel, the now level 4 swashbuckling rogue.
And I'm Adam. I'm playing Aygir. He's a Hobgoblin. He is an Artificer, and he also, once we all complete a long rest, will be level 4.
That's true. Yeah,
I was going to say we need to complete a long rest. Until then, we're level 3, Nick.
Yes. So
I just want my ability score modifiers
completed. You'll
see.
reach a glorious and succulent level 4, which is a nice achievement. And next time I'll have to say I am Dungeon Master playing Esper. Try to remember to say that. Okay, so you all are on Blackrock Isle, which is a rather dangerous location. And to put that into context, as you've just said, you're all level 3. Walykos has actually reached level 4. Everyone's on the cusp of level 4. And for your, let's say, tier of power, right? You're like in the first tier of the game. This island feels like it's actually like the next tier up. So you're a little over your head in terms of the danger level here. You sort of knew that coming into it, and Corgain Makel implored you all to hone your skills back at the lava dungeon before you came here, and you kind of did, and well, whatever. So here you are, and you survived a pretty tough encounter through the wastes, and you went upwards through this kind of peninsula jut of the isle. You encountered a hermit-like half-giant fellow, something like that, who dwells here in a cave rock formation area, whose name is on my notes here that I'm reading right now. Of course, Ninrod, and he has taken a vow of silence. He is part of an order that you're not so familiar with. Aygir had a vague notion that it's this very strict order that has a secluded monastery on this isle north of the Cloud Step where you're originally from. He's quite stoic. He's fairly detached and aloof and neutral, and he seems only interested in making sure no one retrieves any of the artifacts, these powerful artifacts that are said to lie beneath the ruins of an old giant citadel here at the heart of Blackrock Isle.
Which means I'm sure we'll come to blows at some point in the future if we ever decide to retrieve those artifacts for ourselves, but that's not today.
We'll see. We'll see if that comes to pass.
Yeah.
Some of us may feel
Ninrod
the
has
temptation
actually helped you
stronger than
all.
others.
Yeah, he has actually helped you all.
Yeah.
As I said, he's fairly aloof and just into his own mission, and
He
so
is
seems fairly
transcended
removed.
world. He's transcended worldly concerns.
He's not so much into worldly concerns, and he seems to be of a philosophy that people should be allowed to compete, drawing upon and manifesting as much of their abilities and their power as possible. And so he didn't seem so inclined to like, I'm just going to help you fight this enemy party, or I'm going to help you go through the dungeon. He was like, no, do what you are capable of doing or what you can. However, if they try to take those artifacts out of there, I will intervene and I will stop that. And if you want to help me stop that, then so be it.
Yeah.
So, a neutral party, maybe in a certain circumstance, he could be an ally. Like he did have a moment where Walykos impressed him to some degree, and he gave Walykos 2 consumable items, one being a meld with stone, and the other being this magical elemental ice chip that you can imbue icy damage into your weapon for an hour.
Really quick question. I just thought of another one about the ice chip. Can it work on a ranged weapon, or is it only melee?
Yep. So you'd put it on the ranged weapon, and then the ammunition
becomes
gets the effect. Yep.
Cool. That's
Or
all
if
I
you go
wanted
and
to
you
know.
bash somebody over the head with your crossbow, I guess it would do the ice damage on top of
Improv weapon. Yeah.
1d4 bludgeoning or whatever you would deal by bashing someone over the head with the crossbow.
Yeah. That's
So you've reached the heart of the isle, which is the pinnacle of the mountainous terrain, of course. And there is a tarn. It's like a small lake amidst the mountains, and the water has a bit of a bad smell to it. Ninrod indicated to you probably don't want to drink that water. And at the center of the tarn is a small islet where upon rests the ruins of Suther Vigil, which is this old giant citadel that's badly ruined. And it has, this watchtower and a broken out dock and some different platforms and structures. And, as ruins typically are, some of the walls are standing, some are like half standing, some are just rubble. And you see there are these two rowboats that are out there at the islet. And Ninrod indicated that the thralls of Baal, he even said 4, he mentioned 4, are inside currently.
And we had just taken a short rest because
Yes.
some of us had been badly injured during the travel to get here.
Yeah.
Some
Vapor,
of us, like most of us.
yeah.
Yes.
Vapor almost
died.
died.
Slope to get up there. That was pretty dangerous.
Yeah, Vapor almost died, and I had to use 2 of the 3
Charges
on
ring.
his
Yes.
absorb elements. ring.
Otherwise, you would have literally turned into vapor.
Yes.
Yeah.
But thanks, that was also all thanks to his troll's blood potion that he was given. But thanks to that, he's also the only one who didn't need to spend any hit dice to regain full hit points.
Yes. Yeah. In the moment, it got very dangerous for you, but then over the course of however many, I think 18 minutes, you got your hit points back.
If we can find a way to give you immunity to fire, which there are ways.
Oh,
in
there are
D&D.
definitely ways.
It just it's not easy, but if we can, you'll be
He
set.
would like permanent immunity to fire and acid.
Well, there are ways.
Well,
as you said.
either for enchanted items.
Some of them might be closer at hand than others, but
Yes.
getting to them now, that is the tricky part.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. What else can I mention that's pertinent to this current situation?
The boats are on the other side. There are no boats.
Are across the tarn at the islet.
Yep.
I feel like there was something else I wanted to mention. Well,
Pillar. I don't know.
Let's just take it from here. So you all have completed a short rest. The air up here is acrid, a little bit on the colder side. You even see overhead fly by a couple of kite sails, which are reptilian flying creatures that they actually have these front limbs, clawed forelimbs, unwinged, but rather their hind limbs have these wide wings that not only stretch out, but then run along their long tail like this sail thing. So they have a peculiar flight pattern. Some of them are domesticated and utilized as flying mounts. These out here are quite wild, and they have a predatory aspect about them, savage.
Clearly, we must tame these beasts and ride them across the lake.
So they fly by overhead, and they do, one small circle pass, maybe looking down at where you all are, and Ninrod's there, and you're not sure if that makes a difference or not. But the flying creatures continue on. They don't swoop down or get all too close.
That's fine.
But you're amidst this craggy terrain to your back and to your sides, and it encircles this tarn, and quite overcast and dreary.
Yeah.
So how much longer do you think they'll be in there?
That's impossible to say. Like, how would he know that? How would
It
we?
was, I don't know. You've heard these things before. Rhetorical questions. They're questions you ask
They're
when
stupid
you don't really
questions.
expect an answer. Well, yes, in a manner of speaking, but you only ask them to stupid people, so it balances out.
So you're calling us stupid. Got it. We'll remember that.
It's not to say everybody is stupid. It's only to say that, well, some are more intelligent than others. Anyway.
What was that, Vapor?
Once Vapor was up to full health, he was going to walk to the water's edge and try to judge the distance to the where the fortress is at.
Sure. Vince, could you put your mic just a little closer to your mouth?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No problem. You're just coming through a little on the quiet side. Vapor, you step to the edge of the tarn, and there's much like a lake, it has this watery bit with just, I wouldn't call them waves, just the wind will cause some currents to slosh against the shore, but there's a pretty defined shoreline, waterline, and you gaze out across the way, trying to get an idea of about how far out it would go. The closest structure from where you are to the shore is that ruined watchtower. That is about 200 feet from the shore to the watchtower. And then from the watchtower, it's kind of freestanding on a rocky spit. And then from there, it's not a great distance to some of the juts of the stony platforms, maybe 50 feet or so from the back of the watchtower to one of these damaged stony platforms that connects with the rock of the islet.
Okay, that's once he has a decent idea of the distance and stuff, he's going to head back, because I got a couple things spewing in my mind of how Vapor's going to deal with stuff.
Well, so kind of out of character here, but to get at what I was trying to get at in character earlier, was the plan not more or less to wait for them to come out and then fight them?
I think we should have multiple, things going. Just sitting here doesn't really benefit us when we could be like, yes, we're waiting, but if we can get to the other side, we have a better chance of stopping them.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, Vapor, what did you see? Oh, yeah, I asked that at like the wrong time.
Yeah. Judging the distance was what I was doing. If we're waiting, as soon as they get within range, I could drop a few spells on them.
And you are within range?
Unfortunately, the distance is greater than what I can cast at. Even from if I stand right where the water meets the shore.
Unfortunate. I believe I could hit them, but I might be at a disadvantage to do so. Might be disadvantageous.
So if I can judge their speed and where they're going to land, I could get myself into positions as soon as they enter range. I could drop a spell on them.
We should not rely on them coming to us. If they see us waiting for them here, they're not going to get on a boat and be willing to take, fire swimming across this lake coming towards us.
If we have ranged weapons, we should assume they do too.
I think we should plan for a way to get across this lake. And since unfortunately the boats are on the other side, and we have a guide who is not going to give us any help on this, we need to come up with a way to cross the water. Is there any spell either Aygir or Vapor have that can either make the water passable, create a boat or a raft, either using the materials we have on this side or just conjuring it out of nothing?
Well, Vapor, you have your little flying ability, don't you?
Yes, but I used it to get us up that cliff.
You
And
mean
I
you
can only
can't use
use
it
it-
again?
No.
He has
That's
a what?
Of course, purely in character there. As a player, I know you can't use it again,
Yeah.
but Aygir doesn't.
I'm limited on how many times I can use it. Perhaps with more practice with being able to use it, I could use it more often. But I can
Years
only
of
use it
knowing
once.
you, and you never tell me this? Why have you not told
I
me
have
that
told
before?
you this before.
I don't recall.
Well, you might have been just fascinated with whatever runes at the time.
Ooh, that's an interesting rock. Sorry, you were saying? Anyway,
You have proven my point.
well, I have a way. It might not be a pleasant one, though. I can throw a rope with a grapnel. We could catch onto a rock and shimmy our way across. It's like a couple of... what are those things that live in the mushroom forest?
Your rope is 200 feet. That's the
Oh.
closest.
I also
island.
have a rope. It's about 70 feet long. It's
Well,
probably not a good idea to tie them together and do this, but if that's our only option.
that still only gives us 120 feet.
It
Not enough.
Yeah, and while drinking it's definitely bad, swimming in it is unknown. I wouldn't want to risk it. I think looking around, Esper, what do we have resources around us? Rocks, trees. What sort of resources?
Rocks, most definitely. There are a few trees. There are these scraggy things that you've seen before. There's not a lot of them up here, but there are some. And there's a dead one as well that's fallen over, like an old dead hollow one.
Mm-hmm. And
They're
these
not big trees, but they're like, in the D&D size categories, are like large size objects.
and the rocks, are we talking like volcanic rock
from like huge rock formations to boulders to head size rocks to pebbles, just all manner of stone and scree.
Oh, that's right. Now, don't tell me no before I explain myself fully. But a few of those rope flashings, a little bit of this, and he holds up some leftover crab chitin from way back, and with this, and he takes out his two-person tent from his traveling supplies. We could make a raft.
That scraggly tree is not gonna, even the dead one, I don't know that that's gonna make really good raft material.
Well, no,
we can try
the
it,
canvas. The canvas is the main body. That's just for structure. And then
I mean, I'm willing to try it. I'm not shooting it down right away. I'm just saying it doesn't seem like a high chance of success. But
if I can't guarantee you it would be perfect, but it would be better than what we have already, which is nothing.
I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look around the lake. Maybe there's another boat or something that was hidden, or maybe I can find where these boats came from. So I'm gonna go exploring, and you can start getting the raft pieces, laid out. And if I get back and there's nothing, then we can proceed with that plan.
Yeah, it does seem like unless they drag those boats here from their
Adriel, you want to come with me since you're kind of stealthy, and that way I don't get shot in the back with a crossbow bolt killed.
Yeah, so it's probably a good idea for you not to go on your own again, Walykos. We saw what happened last time.
Well, no one actually saw it, but that's all right.
True. We saw the results of what happened.
Adriel, you go down to the shoreline of the Tarn, and you're looking about, and you could actually walk around the perimeter of it. It's it's big, but it's not a giant lake. It is up in a mountain after all. So is that what you're thinking of doing, is walking around the circumference of it?
Yes.
Okay.
And just to be certain that I didn't misunderstand when you said walk around it, there's no way to get to the entrance without sailing across it.
So think of like an island within the lake, like a small island,
Yes.
and that's where the citadel is.
That's what I thought
Mhm.
in my head, but I was like, maybe I misunderstood something. I just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
So
And as Vapor had scouted out, the closest part of the ruin to the shore in any direction is really that guard tower. And that's about 200 feet from the shoreline to the guard tower.
gotcha.
But, it's a decent sized area. So why not walk around? And there's boulders and rock formations. So there are parts that you can't actually see behind from where you're standing. Maybe there's something. So go ahead and you start walking around. And if you two would like to make perception checks, you can do that.
I'll do.
Nope. Got a 6.
I got a natural 20. I'll take it. Good thing I came with you.
That's why I brought you.
Okay.
For my -1 perception.
I knew you were due a nat 20 someday.
Well, though not -1, but I have a -1 wisdom. I'm just an expert in perception.
You all go walking around the circumference of the tarn, and it's several minutes, and you get around maybe a quarter of it or so, and you're behind this big cluster of boulders and rocky bits on what would be the eastern side. You came into the southern side, and lo and behold, there are two things that Adriel notices. One is on the other side of this big rock formation here, you notice the remains of a busted up rowboat. It looks like it's just been lying there for some time. And it's these, broken off planks and beams, and seems to have been sitting there exposed to the elements for all this time. Another thing that you notice, Adriel, is that you catch glimpses of something in the water, some form of a large creature beneath
Point
the
it
surface,
out to me.
Passes by.
Can he point it out to me?
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, like the moment I see it, I'm gonna sort of like grab Walykos and be like, Walykos, something definitely in the water up here.
All right, I look to see if I can see what he's pointing at, and I get my trident out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you look over that way.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll another
Perception.
I'll give you another perception check since Adriel's kind of helped you out here.
Unfortunately, it's just not this die is not rolling high tonight.
So you don't see the creature, Walykos, but you
Yeah.
do see a couple of ripples in the water from where, maybe Adriel, what you saw was like part of a back or a tail or a slender part with some spiky fin type things, and it disturbed the surface for a bit. Came close to the surface.
I pick up a rock, and I want to skip a rock over the water if I can to try and attract its attention to the surface.
You take a rock and you skip it out.
How many skips does it go?
Give me dexterity.
This is the most important question, Esper. You gotta know.
Yeah.
It is.
Sleight of hand. I've got that as an expertise skill.
Okay.
So 21.
Wow. Okay. So you skip the rock out like more than a dozen skips, and it hits right where the creature had disturbed the surface. Mm-hmm. And now you're seeing the thing. You've got its attention, and it's headed your way, both of you. You see the form of the thing. You don't think it's a swatter snake. It has side-to-side movement like a snake or a fish might, but you can tell there's a bulkier part of its body and then the longer tail, and it's swimming this way, and it's going side to side, and you just see these like spiky ridge things. Its head hasn't come up yet. It looks pretty big, like a large size creature.
Once it hits 60 feet, I'd like to level the trident at it and try to command it.
Those of you on the other side, Aygir and Vapor, you see Ninrod is like looking across to this other side of the lake where Walykos and Adriel are, and he seems intently observing whatever's happening over there. Okay, so you orient the trident.
Yep.
Can
Dominate
you still
beast.
use this thing?
What's that? It's
Can you
3
still use
charges. Yeah,
3
per
charges?
day.
Okay.
It's 1 charge per use, so
Yep.
I've got 2 more charges.
And it's dominate beast, right?
Correct. DC 15, which is a wisdom
Yes.
save.
Yes.
Let me double check.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save. Okay.
Or be charmed for the duration.
You use that,
Yep.
and the spell does not seem to take.
Okay. How do you
You're
want
think-
to?
You're thinking this is not a beast.
Oh, no. So this works on anything with a swim speed. Oh, hang on a second.
It's
Okay,
it needs to be
On a
beast.
beast that has a swim speed. Okay,
Yep.
so it's not a beast.
It's not a beast creature type. It's a other sort of creature type than beast.
So this is different than the one that we were playing before then.
It's
Yeah,
not the giant,
definitely.
not a giant octopus. Nope.
I'm just
Well,
double-checking.
Walykos, this seems to be a bit more dangerous now, and Adriel's gonna like walk further away from
Yeah,
like the water.
why don't you both like quickly make a decision, because Walykos drew this thing's attention and it's like slinking.
Yeah, the moment Adriel realizes it's not working, like he's gonna like say what he said there, and then walk backwards, like
Yeah,
get
that's fine.
far away from the water.
Walykos is going to back away from the edge of the water as well, but get his crossbow out in case it follows them. We both have above average move speed, keep in mind, Esper. So
Yeah.
we're both like, I think you're what, 35?
Yeah, I have 35 plus my
45.
dash and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So
Okay.
if it comes in to be a foot race, we'll probably outspeed it on land.
You are both pretty quick on land, most definitely. The thing swims really easily, but who's to say what it does on land? So you all remove yourself from the
Maybe like 50 feet back to see what it does, how it reacts. Does it follow?
Yeah. So essentially, what you do is you back up all the way to where there's like rocky precipice rising up behind you, which is like sloping crags up to the mountain peaks. And that gets you a decent measure of distance between the shoreline. The thing does not emerge from the water, but it gets there kind of close to the shore in the shallows, and it watches for a moment, and you can see a bit of its head exposed now. And
I'm going to take a shot at it with my crossbow, because I assume that this thing might attack us even if we try to go on the raft. So if I can kite it from a distance or drive it off, we'll see what happens.
So you're taking aim, and what you see is this thing has a dark coloration to it. It's not quite a black, but a very, very dark blue color. It has these bulbous eyes on the side of its head, and it seems to have a really long. The head's only partially above the surface. You can't quite fully make out its form, but it has this long snout or something that seems to be extending before it. It has
sounds very aberration-y.
It has its body,
Yeah.
and you're not quite sure what exactly the form of its body is, but it has a distinct body and then a tail behind the body.
All right, I'll put a crossbow. Yeah, I'll put a crossbow bolt into it and see how it reacts.
Okay, so you take aim, you shoot your crossbow. I'll give the thing half cover. It's like partially
the water. I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so shooting at it. That's 14 plus 7 is 21 to hit.
You hit the thing.
All right. Just making sure I'm not forgetting, so I know it's just.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage.
Yeah, Adriel.
Max damage 15.
All right.
Yeah, Adriel would attack, but he's just gonna keep his swords out. Like he'd rather fight with his blades. If it comes onto the.
So I probably hit it in a soft spot wherever I hit it for that damage.
Okay, 15.
Yeah, 15 damage from the one bolt.
Right. Fang makes a sound. A sound like anything, like not like anything you've heard before. It's a sort of shriek of pain or a squeal maybe of pain, but it has this vibratory, it almost seems insectoid in sound.
Mhm.
I don't know if I could even produce the sound myself, but it's a strange vibrato. It's actually very unpleasant sounding.
Or not. Maybe not that.
It's extremely vibrant. You know how like insects have those whirring, drony type noises? Yeah, it has like that. And it winces back, and it's going to be going back into the water. I guess if Adriel, if you want to
does it bleed?
The shot does not seem to have been enough to be that level of wound against the creature, but it seemed effective.
Okay.
Adriel, do you want to do anything before it's getting away?
I mean, I don't have my bow out or anything, so probably I wouldn't be able to. I don't think.
You could take a long range shot with a short bow.
Could I? Do I have time to like drop my swords and then pull out a bow?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you just drop the swords to the ground, sure.
Yeah, I will do that.
We're 50 feet back, so it's not like it's gonna rush forward when it's trying to withdraw.
Yep, fair enough. Alrighty. That's not very good. 12.
Nope. So the arrow's not a hit. The thing, wheels around or so in the water and goes back with a big noisy splash in its hurry. And you do catch a bit more of a glimpse of its body when it does this repositioning turnaround maneuver. It looks like it has multiple limbs, at least 4 per side, maybe 6 or 8. It seems to have a lot of limbs, and then it has this tail thing, and it just goes back and under the water, and it doesn't seem interested in going on to land. Maybe it's slow on land, or you all are so far away from it.
Yeah.
And
let's circle back the way we came, keeping an eye if we can to see if we can spot it. And we'll just talk to the party and let them know.
Agree?
Yeah.
So you backtrack the way that you came and are back with Aygir and Vapor, and Ninrod is up on this higher shelf, let's call it, observing everything quietly.
Aygir, we found a creature inhabits the lake. Some sort of, I would hesitate to call it an aberration, but it is not a beast that I could command with this trident that commands natural beasts of the sea.
What does it look like?
Well, I described to him what Esper told us, and it had this, limbs and a tail and, sort of a snout on the front of it and such, and these bulbous eyes and so on. So, I give you the information, see if you can make sense of it, because there's no way Walykos is going to figure out what it is. That's not his.
Many limbs. How many limbs? And the tail?
4, I believe, limbs.
Eyes. Well, 4 legs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not an unusual number.
It also made an insectile-like noise, like a droning scree kind of noise when I hit it with my crossbow bolt.
Well, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were talking about and is this something that Aygir might conceivably know? History is actually his best knowledge skill, but he is an intelligence-focused character, so...
Potentially, if you were inclined, though I don't think history is quite right.
I wouldn't think so either.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be nature if it's not a beast, most likely. So we're either talking arcana or religion.
If it's a demon, devil, etc.
I mean, it potentially could be nature if it is still something, naturally from the world,
right.
Like maybe a monstrosity.
Right.
If it's an aberration, then you're probably going to want to do some more magical knowledge. So just whichever one you want to start with, let me know.
All right. Well, I'll still try nature. That seems perhaps the most relevant based on the general description. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, it's a 4. It's a natural 1 plus 3. So, not with that.
Okay.
It's not natural, I don't think. Whatever it is, it doesn't sound like it's from here.
Well, it definitely didn't respond to Walykos's trident, so it's different than
Yes.
the one that we encountered earlier.
It's not a fish. Is it? And now you said I could do multiple knowledge checks?
You could do an Arcana if you're inclined.
Could I?
Obviously not multiple of the same one, but yeah.
Adriel might be thinking about this as well, and like obviously he's like a learned man. So could I also try something like?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know.
I'm also going to roll an Arcana check. That's significantly better. That's a 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for a history check if that's all right.
Well, you tell me, how would you relate history to?
Yeah, I'm
the
not
situation?
sure.
I tried to do a sketch, but it didn't
That's
actually
true.
turn out very well.
That's true. Would it be Arcana then?
We'll show it off. So there,
Man, I'm gonna do a sketch. It's not that good. He says.
Oh, it's a Freddy.
This nice little thing here.
It's
like, well sketched.
Would an Arcana work then, Esper?
It's up to you. If you can't think of a way to relate to history, do Arcana and or nature. Aygir's trying them both.
Okay, I mean both of them are the same. I'll do Arcana, I suppose.
Okay.
What did a 16 get me on that?
Let's do Adriel's roll, and this rolls like you're sharing.
Yeah, I only got a 10.
10, okay.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So Adriel's just kind of clueless. You don't know. Aygir, I'm
not clueless. I know some things.
You speculate. Maybe the creature has had tampering or influence of a magical sort of some variety, but you can't exactly confirm that. So it's all pretty vague to you still.
I've heard of a lizard called crocodile or something. It almost sounds like one of those if it lived somewhere corrupting and magic. But I know not what this is. You're going to have to describe it better than that if I'm going to. Or I could see it myself, maybe. But it sounds like you don't want to get too close to it, huh?
Well, it definitely seemed not like something that I want to go swimming with.
Adriel, do you want to roll a nature check?
Sure. Same. I don't really have any pluses to my intelligence, but yep, that's a 2.
All right. So you're not sure. Adriel is the one who saw it the best, but Walykos also got a glimpse at it. It didn't look reptilian. If anything, it looked like a chitinous thing, and it had these side head bulbous eyes, and it made a drony insecty type noise. And
did we check the entire perimeter of the lake, or just one half of it?
You got like a quarter of it, and
quarter of it.
You were gone for at least 15 minutes or so.
Oh, can we go the other way and try to circle around the other way and see if we see anything
just as easily?
Yeah.
So you go around the opposite side of the tarn. There are not quite as large of rock formations here, but there are some. And you walk about and around. Over here on this side, you find one more fallen down of those trees. You find a couple of droppings or dung on the ground of some creature. And then you get like to the back side of the citadel, the far side of the lake. You actually can't see the citadel so well from there because there are the larger rock formations of the islet are on your side. So that kind of blocks off some of your view. Nothing really catches your eye. And then you continue back around. You make it to where Adriel spotted the remains of the busted up beams of another one of those rowboats, and you make it back to your party. No sign of wildlife or other activity along the trek,
and no boats.
No, just the one. In total, it takes you like a good maybe half hour to walk the whole perimeter of the tarn.
Okay.
The terrain's a bit rough.
And we haven't
It's
seen
not-
any activity from the center island during that time.
You have not.
Okay. Well, time to start really.
So the ideas that I've heard thrown out are, let's post up somewhere and wait and watch at the ready, or let's make a raft and get ourselves out to the isle.
Because there aren't any spells that I know of any of us having that would work. And we don't have a boat that's purpose built.
So I have an idea. Yeah, I don't think that going there is going to be easy for us because we just don't have the tool. Like, we don't have in our party the abilities that would make it easy.
No one has examined the water.
We have not.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to examine the water.
That's not really in my skill set either.
Right. It doesn't
Maybe
seem
you
like
want to do the taste test.
I was about to ask.
to see if it's like so salty we can walk across it. Is that what you're getting?
Vapor puts a finger in, acid damage.
Let's see what this. All right. Aygir,
that would just regrow though.
You poke at the water with the stick. It does not seem salty.
He is going to take out a glass vial, one of the ones that you would usually use to hold a potion in, and try to get a little water into that.
You take a look at the water in your vial, and I don't know if you have some other equipment. Do you have a full-on kit with you of some kind?
He would have like a small little kit, just like if you needed to make an emergency health potion or something like that.
Okay. Make a check, like an intelligence check, using your kit. So it'd be like an intelligence check with proficiency.
Okay, that is not great. 5.
Okay.
So
You're not sure. I mean, it's not acid. You don't think that if you touch it, it's just gonna like burn you and dissolve eat at your flesh. But you're not sure exactly the properties of the water.
So at this point, thinking it's not acid, he's going to pour a drop onto his hand.
Okay. You put a drop onto your hand, nothing happens. Just a drop of water on you.
So it's not for drinking, but potentially it's not going to kill you by touching it. So far.
As far as we know, I still wouldn't. The only other option is to try to taste it.
I don't think that's good. However, I do have a question for you, Esper. Based on where the boats are on the far island, can we kind of see what side they came from? Like, did they come from the direction we came? Did they come from the opposite side?
Yeah, you are looking at the
boats head on.
At the shore, let's say, or dock where the boats are.
So
you actually, I do have a map.
Well,
I'll just show it.
Okay.
Even though we're not in an encounter.
Well, my thought was, if we're not going to cross the water by whatever means, we could just set up an ambush point here because this is where they're going to come back to their boat,
Right. And we have some.
Here's the shore. Here's a Nimrod up there.
Yep.
And if you go out across the water, you come
there's the tower. That's the
Guard
one that
tower.
and then there's a little bit. So basically, if we can make it to the Ruined Guard Tower, it doesn't look very hard to get to the rest of it.
Right.
But
each of these squares represents 15 feet.
That's fine. So my thought is, look at that rock over to the left of where we're at.
Right.
Why don't we just keep watch from almost total cover?
Yeah.
I assume that's a rock, Esper.
It is.
Okay.
There's the other one over to the right.
We can get full cover there.
And you came up from this way.
Right.
Technically, this is south. I know that's confusing, but that's just the orientation of the map.
No, it's fine. And there's definitely, when we walked around the lake, there's like no other path that leads down the mountain. Like, this is the way to here. They made it one approach, I imagine, so that enemies would have to file in.
Yeah, you even see their footprints, especially along the shore.
Okay,
because
perfect.
It's like this, silty dirt, mud stuff. So.
I would recommend we just kind of take a piece of wood and like brush the sand to like get rid of our footprints as we walk backwards, and let's just hide behind this rock, and we'll wait till they get within like out in the middle of the lake, so like 100 feet from us would be good, so that they'd have to turn around and go 100 feet back or whatever.
Well, then that way they're trapped and like they can't easily get out of the way.
Yeah, they have to turn the boat around if they have to, or do things and fight us at range.
And of course, if they, if we catch them by such surprise that they panic and tip the boat over, fall out.
Yeah, and if they have the artifacts, then they're even doubly screwed because what's his name's going to jump in.
Which actually, so just out of character here though, but is it Nimrod, like the mythical biblical hunter?
It is similar to that name, but you switch the M to an N. So
okay, it is Nimrod.
Nimrod.
Okay.
Oh, it's Nimrod, not Nimrod. Oh, I thought it was Nimrod for the entire time.
Isn't that a plant in Skyrim? No,
Nirnroot in
Nirnroot. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Never mind.
There's a slight, I can't even call it an inside joke because it's just inside my head, but there is a slight joke to it. I'll tell you guys after session.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I honestly think we just wait this one out because we don't need to go in and get the artifacts. We don't need to defeat the dungeon. We just need to defeat them.
Right.
That's true.
And they need to come back this way. And if they don't, then they're dead.
Right. And if they do, then they're dead, just at our hands.
Yeah. But I'm willing to wait here for a day or 2 days, however long we reasonably can.
Yeah, if we can manage a long rest here, that'd be great.
Yeah, you guys will level up.
I want level and I want health back because I'm like half health right now.
Yeah.
Sure. So it seems like a decent plan. It seems like not a bad plan. There's logic to it, and you all decide.
Honestly, the benefit also is if they're coming out with the artifacts, we also get this guy to help us. So I'm relying on your powerful NPC to help us win the fight if the odds are not in our favor.
As usual, I will refrain from revealing any specifics, but your plan does seem to have some logic to it.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. There's always unforeseen complications, and the wonderful fate that is in the roll of the die. But it seems like a pretty good plan, and you all might even be getting a long rest and attaining new levels. So that's another nice
benefit.
plus.
Yeah,
that gives me some nice upgrades.
So
to my abilities.
if we do get to the point where it starts to get dark, we'll start setting watches. Honestly, we're kind of in watches right now, but we're just all on watch is what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so you all are posted up behind this rock formation. If it comes down to it, and we need to know exactly who is where, super detailed, meticulously, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna.
You need to determine what happens. With some
I need
dice
to
rolls.
do some rolls here. Yeah. So I have. I'm not going to reveal details, but I have a nice random results thing.
Can I ask a question for the audience watching at home? Like once everything is done, can you like kind of lay out a narrative of what happened front to back later in the session, maybe?
Right.
That is a potential thing that I could do.
Okay.
That just might be nice. And actually,
if it doesn't matter, once it no longer affects.
Yeah, if it comes to that, I think that'd be fine.
Although watch a week go by and nothing happens, and it slowly dawns on us that they just died.
On the first
really
roll.
dangerous.
And Esper's like, well, shit. Now I need to make all these other rolls, otherwise it looks like nothing's happening.
Yeah,
it must be dangerous because they're all dead. I guess our job's done for us, though.
I'm feeling saucy. I'm going
Let's
to grab
do
the large D20.
Oh, the large D20. He's getting that out. Make sure that you got your lucky whatever it was.
The amethyst.
The epic D20 for this roll.
Oh shit.
Although watch it knock over the amethyst, thus giving you nothing but bad luck for your monster rolls all the time ever.
The amethyst is safely poised on the base of my computer. The base that goes underneath the icon.
You think it's safe till it's not.
Well, I guess it is possible that this could get there. Okay, here it comes. The thralls of Baal.
that look, that tone of voice.
The thralls of Baal. Okay, so you all are waiting. I'm going to roll some time passage die.
Yeah.
And it's not a great span of time, as you'll hear by the little clickety sound of this little die. Okay, so 3 hours have passed.
I was gonna say it sure sounded like a D4.
Yeah, 3 hours have passed,
All right.
and there is sound
Screaming.
from. Yeah, there's shouts and screams. They seem kind of far off and muffled and echoey, and just a couple short minutes after that, you hear footsteps hurriedly emerging out of the ruins of the citadel,
which we're watching.
Yeah. So you don't. It's not that you can see them, but you have heard them.
Yeah.
Exit out. If you all want to get more details, you can roll perception checks, and maybe you can hear something.
Yeah.
Something more.
So is one of us specifically on watch yet, or?
I assume that we're all watching until it gets to the later hours when you want to take your long rest.
Right. So 3 hours later
Unless
is probably not.
You want to start your long rest early.
Oh, I would like to start my long rest early.
Yeah, I assumed everyone was essentially relaxing.
Okay.
I don't think
I would be.
Anyone has been asleep yet. It's not just quite that late, but who knows? Maybe you could doze a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll just assume you all are awake for the purpose of this.
Right. So any long rest has been interrupted, but we're all on watch. We're all able to see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 17 do anything?
A little bit. Anyone else hit into a 20?
Vapor's more interested in because of how low I rolled.
we
he's
all
more interested
rolling?
in his experiments with the water from the lake.
Yeah, Aygir is behind the rock, not looking.
I got an 18 perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Not 20 though, so that seems to be the
sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's the magic number. It sounded like.
Okay, so you catch a word here or there. It's kind of hard to make it out. They're speaking in giant. They seem quite concerned. Like they seem shocked or even desperate.
Fall back! Fall back!
The impression that you get was that they did not have much success in that dungeon, and that they are in a very bad state.
Well, it's kind of like the situation that happened when we first entered the fire dungeon. It was, oh shit, let's fall back, and oh, now we're grappled. Okay, we're fighting, but we can't get close to that thing. We need to, cut our losses if we have to. Luckily, we didn't. So, but yeah, okay.
So they seem to have suffered some defeat. They seem very frustrated, almost desperate.
That's good.
That's what you hear.
I just want to keep an eye, stay hidden, but watch the boat to see if they're going to retreat to long range. Like, are they going to come back
There's
and
two
rest?
boats over there, so we need to keep an eye on both boats.
Well, they're both at the pier, though, I assume.
One was at the pier, one was on the shore.
Was that the case, Esper?
At least that's what I saw on the map.
I'll show this again.
Okay. So there are two boats. Okay. So I just want to watch and see if either boat leaves to, like they might have the plan. Let's long rest where it's safe on the far side and then come back, especially if there's like a monster that they aggroed.
You're waiting. You don't see them.
Okay.
You don't see them going to the boats.
So
they seem to be hunkered down somewhere within the exterior of the ruins.
Yep. They've found themselves a safe spot to short or long rest or whatever it is that they're doing. So I'm fine with just waiting and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I'm cool with waiting as well.
I don't know that it's a choice.
So y'all are waiting. The wait continues, and they don't show up. And you're thinking that they are
resting.
Yeah, they're resting up.
That's fine. We still, you see, if we had a way to get across, then this would be a good time to strike them if they, were in a bad way.
Right.
But
Because if they need a
honestly,
long rest, then
yeah, honestly, I'm okay with just letting them bang their head against it again. Maybe lose a party member, maybe, get themselves deeper into a bad situation before they try to retreat. So, Esper, I leave it to you. We're just long resting.
So if you all are just waiting there and continuing with a long rest,
yes,
then that's just going to keep going. That's going to continue, and it's going to it's starting to get dark now, and it's going to be night, and I'm going to roll a thing for the nighttime.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go for that.
Keeping watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll be much better to attack them tomorrow when you guys are leveled up too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The entire extent of a long rest completes, and at night, you do hear some, grunts or howls off in the distance, the things that are on this island, maybe nocturnal predatory creatures, but nothing comes to where you are. Out on the island, they're not making much noise out there. Every once in a while you hear, the faint echo of a voice somewhere over there, but they're not making much noise. And it seems that both of your parties have completed long rests.
Okay.
You see bright light shine upon Adriel as he levels up.
I stab him. I'm like, you're giving away our position.
Well, Aygir is not impressed by that. He just pulls out from his collection a particularly rare coin from a foreign empire and walks it along his knuckles. As you see, he's gotten simultaneously smarter and more dexterous.
Yep, I got simultaneously wiser and more dexterous.
Nice.
I see that. I see it within you. Like, self-actualize, guys.
Does Aygir attain additional spells?
He does not, no. Artificers, Artificers at 4th level do not get anything from their class itself. Most classes, possibly all classes, don't get anything from their class. But the ASI is a big deal.
Would get
if it
slot, or like Vapor, I think we'll get another spell slot.
Then yes, they are half caster progression. Yeah.
If it matters at all, I'm a lot faster now in terms of initiative. Now I have a +6 initiative instead of a +5, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
I also have an AC of 17 now, which is awesome as well.
Yeah, nothing to sneeze at.
Vapor, Mr.
You
AC
learn
of
a
17.
new spell. Have you unlocked?
I will be unlocking a new cantrip and new spell. I'm right now in the middle of selecting which ones I want.
Well, we will be eagerly awaiting to know your selection.
I hope that solves all our problems, whatever spell it is. It's the spell
I
solves this
personally suggest something that fits well with what's been developing throughout the campaign, but it doesn't have to be. You could pick any old spell you want. It could have been something that had been latent inside you, and you just, as of now, bubbled up to the surface.
Well, Aygir, the son of Temu, the roller of low ability scores at character creation, is certainly happy to now at least have one score be an 18. And thanks to the fact that he ended up with 3 odd-numbered scores, he actually was able to get 2 bonuses to increase just with
So
one
got your
ASI.
intelligence to 18?
Yep, and dexterity to 14.
And your dex to 14?
Yep.
There you go.
I did my I pushed my my dex to 20, so now I have my max dex that I need, and then I pushed my wisdom up to a 10 from a 9. So now I
still
have.
only have an AC of 17.
Hey, I got studded leather armor. It's like all I can get.
5 dex and 2 from studded leather.
I joke because my AC is now also 17.
Oh, is it really?
Why don't you both roll your hit dice?
Oh crap! Oh, that's right.
Your
Oh, and
max
and we had a long rest, so I get my health. Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I
do
do
I-
get my hit
Everyone
I
dice.
also-
recovers.
Quick question: do I also how many we get half our hit dice back, right?
Half
And is
your
that
level.
You recover 2 of the spent hit dice.
now is that rounded up Or
Well, it doesn't
I'm
matter. You're
It
level
doesn't-
4. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It,
Yeah,
it rounds
it is.
down.
It
It
is
rounds
rounded
down.
up, just to let you know.
it is drawn down. Okay.
No.
So
it's
so
not.
we're
I'm not
doing
going to roll to increase the max hit points.
so for the max hit points, we roll, and then if we get lower than half, right? Then
That's
we
my house rule. You'll get at least a
Okay.
4 on your D8.
Okay. Let me get my D8.
I have rolled a 6, so I get 8
Also,
more hit
Vapor,
points.
just so you know, you can swap a spell slot out
I got 8 on my D8. Yes.
with a different spell if there's a spell that you think just isn't getting the mileage that you wanted.
Yeah, there's a few, but right now I'm trying to figure out which one I want to take for
Goodness.
my third,
Wait.
second level.
So I add con to that
Because I want to keep
Yeah.
the 2 I have. I just need to figure out which one I want to take for the third slot.
I got you.
Oh my goodness. That boosted me up from 28 to 39. Feels good. Feels good to have some more HP.
Yeah. Yeah. You really need it at a place like this.
Yeah,
Now,
yes.
I'm curious if you guys actually go into the dungeon.
It'd be nice,
Yeah,
but you should have left the boat on this side if that was the case.
You could yell that out to the thralls of Baal. They'd be
Hey,
sure
send the
to hear
boat
you.
back over. We're more thralls of Baal. Baal, Vondor. Yeah, totally. We're your backup.
That's what it sounds like when you roll a deception check with disadvantage.
I mean, technically, I was at one time.
Which I guess you would have had,
Yeah.
but you've recovered from the injury now.
Ah, yes, I had. That's also another big deal. Yeah, forgot about that. Thanks.
Yeah, your level of exhaustion is gone upon completion of the long rest.
Well, that's good. I definitely didn't want to get 2 injuries in one day. That would have sucked. Let's see.
Vapor?
I'm still selecting my spell. I'm reading over one right now, so give me a minute. Sorry.
It's fine.
You've had your minute.
While
No, I'm just kidding.
Vapor is having his personal revelation or breakthrough moment, is Aygir or Adriel doing anything representative of your new gained potential capabilities?
Yes, there are some sparks in the dark as Aygir is striking some flint onto small piles of some kind of a very flammable material, creating a very brief but not visible all the whole way around, but very hot flame with which he is melting a small stick of gold wire and tapping with a small hammer to inlay some patterns into, we'll say, his left pauldron, just arbitrarily. To commemorate this occasion, he's actually depicting the scene in gold wire. Just, probably with himself looking particularly heroic.
I guess for Adriel. Oh, sorry. Do you want to say something, Esper? So you.
Oh, I was just curious if there was a specific scene, like the scene here at the Tarn or up the geyser slope or the battle in the wastes.
Are you talking to me or Aygir? I'm
Aygir.
sorry. Yeah. I thought you were talking to Aygir, yeah.
Sorry, what was that? That was directed at me? Okay, I wasn't sure either. Yes, he's depicting the scene. So, some of the rock formations, Nimrod standing looking all stoic, and maybe the rest of the party behind, but obviously Aygir looking glorious standing there in his armor with his... showing himself with his lightning bow summoned and, looking like a hero.
So there we have it. Brave Aygir leading his party of intrepid adventurers
Indeed. What other way?
up the rugged and perilous landscape of Blackrock Isle. As for Adriel, is there any outward expression of your capabilities that have now extended themselves?
Adriel generally kind of keeps to himself with those kinds of things, but I guess since I did kind of get a bit wiser, maybe he was like reading a book or something, like during the night, and like he kind of gets up and he just sort of like thinks about whatever he was reading, just like, that was interesting. And then he maybe pulls out his dagger and like flips it around some and like realizes that maybe, these past fights he's gotten a little better, like the blades seem a bit better in his hand, more easy to manipulate. He's learned some stuff being on this island.
Yeah, well, by this point you're probably becoming one with your blades.
Indeed.
What kind of book would you imagine Adriel reads? Or at least is he reading at this moment?
I feel like that's a good question. He probably is reading like kind of like probably like some philosophy books, but like specifically about like the art of war and like art of combat. So like those kinds of books, like if we wanted to reference like real life, so like art of war, or like things about just like how to manipulate situations, and like maybe some psychology as well, like being deceptive and things like that.
Ninrod notices you reading this, and he gives you a look and a approving nod. He seems to hold in high regard this type of text.
Ooh. I'll look up at him and sort of give him a nod too while I finish up reading my chapter.
He has as well taken his long rest. He slept up there where he was. And here in the morning time, he does come down amongst you all and, probably prepares a small meal.
Oh.
And, he eats his, whatever, some kind of grainy meal that's he's boiled up there, and it's mixed in with snails and some other little sliced tubey root type things, and he eats his mush, drinks from a water skin, drinks deeply from a water skin, looks at you all one at a time, looks out at the island as though he's lost in thought.
So even less appealing than Lembas to halflings.
And then he just resumes his perch, where he remains ever observant. So what is the plan? Is the plan still to wait?
Probably, yeah.
I think.
Sorry, Esper. I know it's boring that we're not doing much, but at least you get to roll dice.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it seems a pretty good plan. So you all decide to wait, and as best you could tell, the thralls of Baal they've readied themselves, and you hear indications that they're preparing. You all can make additional perception checks once again to listen. If you are so inclined.
Yeah, perception, I guess we could do that.
16 from Vapor, and Vapor picked
18.
up 2 spells. He replaced a cantrip that he doesn't use and picked up a new one for his 2nd level.
I'm very happy because now I don't have a -1 to wisdom, so I got a 16 on my perception.
Aygir, with a 20 on the die, which is natural, has a 23 overall.
I only got an 18.
Okay, well, you've all rolled decent, and Aygir's rolled good. Aygir, do you speak the giant tongue?
Pretty sure none of us do.
No.
I think we've established that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elvish, Goblin, and Sylvan. It was Sylvan that D'Amico taught him, not Giant. Sylvan.
Okay, very well. So you don't make out specific meanings of words, but you all do hear them speaking to themselves and moving about. Aygir, you particularly hear the sound of footsteps that are fading as though descending back in. So
now,
you're pretty certain that they're going back in.
Right. Do I actually make out any specific words that seem to be repeated that I could maybe not know the meaning of, but that I could recite?
Make an intelligence check.
All right, just flat intelligence.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Watch me roll low. No, I did not roll low. That's a 19.
Okay. There is a word that gets repeated a few times, whatever it is, and you phonetically commit it to memory.
All right.
Are you like relaying it to Ninrod, or?
That's exactly what I'm doing. I approach Ninrod slowly, and I say in Sylvan something along the lines of, I've heard them say a word. It is the word, and, to me, it's like an English speaker who doesn't speak any Spanish, hearing the word ferrocarril, and just like reciting that, not knowing it means roller coaster. And I recite the word to him a couple of times just to make sure I pronounced it maybe correctly one of those times. What is this word that they say?
He listens and then smudges out a Sylvan character in the sand, which means injured.
And so based on the context, I guess that implies that they are talking about something that they injured, or that one of them might be injured, or more than one.
Make an insight check.
All right.
And we're going to try. We're going to see if you were able to read their emotional qualities.
That makes a lot of sense. This die is liking me right. 15.
That's good enough. Yeah, it actually wasn't that difficult. And they seem concerned that one or maybe more of them are injured.
Thank you very much, Ninrod. This is... I'm glad we had this talk, in a manner of speaking. I know about you. Yes. And I walk over to the others and say, well, I don't know what you heard, but they kept saying a word, and I just had our friend Ninrod over here tell me what it meant. I think that one or more of their party have sustained significant injuries, and yet they're going back inside. So clearly, obviously, I think we knew something valuable to them was down there, but it seems that indeed something is down there that they are worth pursuing, and yet they are still doing so. Maybe we lucked out on this one. Maybe they'll not come back, or maybe if they do, it'll be fewer than went in. So I guess I don't have any more information about what we should do aside from keep waiting, but I think the odds may be in our favor when the time comes.
Just out of curiosity, could we tell how many voices were there? Or how many?
4.
4? Okay.
You could pick out 4.
Yes, they're the same number of them as of us.
So you wait to see what result or turnabout occurs from their second delve, which it seems they're going at this at not an optimal state, injured to some degree. I do have a quick question for Vapor. Actually, 2. First of all, did you roll your hit die from your maximum hit point increase?
Yes, I did.
Okay, excellent. And 2, are you going to tell us your new spells, or will those be revealed in time?
I think I'm going to hold on to them.
Okay, cool. So those will be revealed. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, because Vapor still doesn't understand how he's understanding the magic that he's now able to use.
Sure. No, I think
so.
It's cool.
In my mind, he's still kind of like meditating on them.
The wild magic courses through you, and you can feel it flare and whip about from within you, urging you, almost begging you to be unleashed, and perhaps the right moment will come before long. The thralls of Baal have just initiated their second delve into the ruins of Suther, Vigil, giant citadel of old. I'm going to go right into the roll for their delve because the time elapsed die that I rolled for the last random encounter chance still hasn't quite expired, so that's still writing. Once again, I will be rolling the gargantuan die of Dungeon Master Fate. It's a bit of a difficult one to roll. It'd almost be better rolling it on the floor. It feels a bit like a bowling ball. There is a different turn of events this day. Okay. 1 hour later, the thralls of Baal emerge from the ruins, and they are fully emerging. You hear excited whoops of enthusiasm and cheering, and they seem rather joyful, exhilarated whoops issuing from the islet, and they are coming out onto the platform there, the jut of the pier, and it looks as though they are getting ready to get into one of those boats and cross, and they seem very thrilled.
All right.
You see all 4 of them.
Yep. It's go time, guys.
Let us
Get
hope
ready.
that-
Yeah, we wait till they get halfway across, and then we're gonna rush out and start shooting.
That is the plan, yes. Let us hope their adrenaline masks.
And my thought is, if they're halfway, it'll take them longer to turn around than to just come at us.
Yeah.
So they'll just keep coming at us while we shoot them, and then we'll get into a big battle if any survive.
It's like an enemy general in a battle surrounded by archers, yes. Caught on a bridge. All his chance of escape fading into the mist with the sunset. Yes, I like it.
So I
Very
also
nice.
do want to mention I took a feat for the level
Oh,
up.
fancy.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about your
Fun.
ability score of feat. Okay.
I took Metamagic Adapt.
That's a
which
great
has
one for a
enhanced
sorcerer.
your metamagic abilities.
Yes.
2 extra metamagic points, and you get 2 new options that you can do with
Exactly.
them.
And I'm taking one of them, which is Twin.
Twin
So
is
as
nice.
soon as someone gets within 120 feet of Vapor, I'm going to start dropping magic spells on them.
Nice.
All right.
Well, let's
Cautious
see
called or anything, everything. For the feats alone, already worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Such a book.
So, sounds like about 120 feet is where we're kind of waiting for them to be from the shore, Esper. That way, even though they're not 120 feet from where we stand, we'll move and we'll adjust, and
Yep.
it'll be fine.
All right. So, are you wanting to do stealth checks? Is this a stealth?
We're hiding in
You're hiding, yep.
Yeah, we're hiding
Yeah.
in cover. I would make stealth checks if you would like.
Yeah.
That
If
really
it- if
matters if they're making active perception or just passive. Really.
Also, if it matters, I would like to hide away from Aygir and Vapor.
Is there
Basically, I was saying
So-
if they get seen, I don't want to get seen.
like on the other side of the rock formation?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's fine.
Walykos
Actually,
can
there's
come with
another
me,
rock all the
but-
way to the right hand side. Do we want to do a pincer split? 2 of us.
Yeah, Walykos and Walykos.
You see where
can
I'm
come with me.
pointing? So there's that side, and then all the way over to the right. If you go right, that way.
Yeah,
Right.
let's do that.
Well,
yeah,
so
because
the,
then
the only problem is, do we have enough time before they could see us in which to move there? I don't know about that.
how far away is that rock?
Okay. No,
Or like
that's fine.
400,
Let's just stay where we're at. That way we're close together.
500.
I think that would have been a good
540.
idea, but
What's
Well,
500?
we're really fast. You have to understand.
Yeah, I was about to
we
say
can
so
dash
like
as a bonus
yeah.
action, and
and
I have
an
super
action
speed.
because I can
Yeah,
move. I
it
can
would have
move
been a good
like
idea, but I think we would need it and set that up way
Oh, yeah, we would have
Well,
needed to set it up. That's fine. Let's
Well,
just
just
go
quick-
ahead and
quick-
hide.
just a quick question. I'm just curious because like I can move 105 feet in 6 seconds. So
It's still an open terrain.
so that's only 30 seconds that it would take me to get
It
there.
doesn't matter if you're Hussein Bolt. You're still going to be seen crossing an open.
Yeah.
track
I know.
field.
I'm just-
Yeah. But I did roll extremely well on my hide check. I'm pretty sure even with an active check, none of them would be able to see me, most likely.
All right. What
Yep,
do you
I'll
come up with?
also do
I'm looking
mine.
at a 25.
nice.
So
That's quite good.
Unless
if
they
you
have
do
really
need
good-
one, 16 for Vapor.
Oh, that's right. I have a +9 to stealth now. Oh boy.
Nice.
I got. Oh, it's actually not that good. Only a 16.
You tied with Vapor.
Aygir, with advantage from his armor model, will end up with also a 16, actually.
And so keep in mind, it's a rowboat that they're using, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So at least one person can't respond who will be rowing the boat. If we take them out, then another one has to start rowing the boat. So if we could just dead them in the water, I'm okay with it.
Okay. I am going to do a check here. 1 second. Got it. Well, that was their perceptive guy. And here. Okay. They stop.
Where do they stop?
They don't take the boat and they back up.
Hang on a second. Well, so before they even get off the pier, you're saying they didn't even get on the water?
They were like, feet about ready to get into the boat, and one of them said something or halted them, and they back up.
Do we see them pointing at us or at the water, perhaps? Because usually when you say things,
the one who just did that, who, by the way, I can describe, is a figure wearing a hood, like a dark reddish hooded robe, and he or she seems to have a mask, a face mask. That's the one that halted them.
Yep.
This hooded person did look in your general direction, like to your shore, but you don't see any conspicuous gesturing.
Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting. I guess we just wait.
Nimrod is getting down off of the shelf, and feel free to jump in or say anything at any time.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to describe what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm happy to see what he's going to do because he probably thinks they have the artifact.
So Nimrod gets down from the shelf and just walks towards the lake, starts walking through the water, just wades through the shallows. It gets deeper, and then he starts swimming, and he swims his way all the way over there, and goes up to some kind of teleportation or jaunt thing onto like the side of the guard tower, and then on top of the guard tower, and is just standing up. So he's really high up there, and he's a tall one himself.
They probably saw him. Yeah.
Very obvious figure there.
Yeah.
And he's shouting down to them in giant.
Yeah, which we don't understand, of course.
Domestrin para mí su. His voice is pretty solid sounding. And he calls down to them. They respond with some calls of their own. They raise their voices to respond to him, and there's a back and forth for a time, and for a moment it seems to get tense, and you wonder, is a fight going to break out? Is someone going to sling an arrow or a spell? And then he seems satisfied. And he just does this gesture like, so be it. And he remains up there, just watching. But he seems to have indicated to them,
they're fine to go.
Go about your business.
That's fine. I'm happy because they probably saw him, not us, most likely.
Yeah.
He probably was like, "Do you have this whatever artifact?" They're like, "No, we just took this lesser artifact that we were here for." He's like, "Okay, you're fine to go." And now we're gonna jump them. So they think they're in the clear.
With you in limited ways, of course. He has his vow of silence, but the impression that you got is he is here to keep the artifacts, as in artifact, like magic item tier artifacts from out of there. But he didn't indicate to you any qualm about other treasures.
Yeah,
does
he
that
definitely
include
didn't
other
care.
magic items that are not to that degree of power? It might be.
Well, Ultimately, they think they're in the
impression you
clear,
get is
which
that
I'm
they have not recovered artifacts out of here.
yeah, which I think is very realistic considering that they had trouble on the first day, and almost died. But they're happy, so they must have gotten something that they think Balvander wants. And they now think they're in the clear, so we're just waiting in ambush. Please continue, Esper.
Yep. All right. So back to the rowboat they go, and they begin rowing. There are 4 of them.
Yeah.
And Walykos, you actually recognize 2 of them.
Okay.
2 of them, you know who they are. Now, I don't think you're close or were close to them, but back when you were dwelling in Balvander's lair, they were peers of your own. One of them is Intitark, the half giant, a large fellow, not quite as big as Ninrod, though not too far shy of him. So Intitark is a half giant, or maybe like a half ogre or something to that effect. He's like 8 feet tall, very, very physically powerful.
Yep, got it.
The other one who you recognize also is physically powerful, a warrior type, known as Cyrus, the Crab Knight. He is not a half giant; he is an elf.
Okay.
But he is a highly skilled fighter type.
Yeah.
Fighter type.
I'm gonna whisper
There's
this.
2 other.
Oh, go ahead.
There's 2 others. One is wearing this dark reddish colored robes and has this mask. Just given the bodily proportions, you get the impression that she is a female.
Mm-hmm.
And the other character also wears robe-like clothing, though it's very tattered. It's almost like it seems like a man, a very gaunt, lanky man, wrapped in these like grays and browns, and he has a hood up, just very, very raggedy. Seems like he's just like wrapped in rags, and they're all tied off and very tattered. Like
which person's rowing the boat? Just so I know, is it the half giant, the crab knight?
Yeah, Intitark is rowing the boat.
Cool. How fast does the boat seem to kind of move? Like, is it slow? Is it fast? Is it medium?
It's decently slow. I mean, it's a rowboat with 4 people in it going across a relatively still lake. Yeah. So they begin their way across the lake, and then I think at the halfway point, you all
approximately
jump out.
And, we're gonna dash out and start shooting.
Okay, so you all jump out and do whatnot.
But if there is time, which it sounds like there is by their pace, I want to tell Vapor and Aygir, the half giant and the crab knight, I want to point them out so that you know who they are. They're probably better ones to hit with spells that affect the mind, and like things that brute types are not so good at. Don't try and just blast them down with pure damage. If you I mean, you can, but maybe go for the hooded guy with the damage spells.
Well, sadly, Aygir is not what Carrock Hawkness was in terms of mind affecting and battlefield control spells. He's a little bit more blasty.
Well, you both just leveled, so I don't know what your abilities are. I'm just putting it out there. Tactically, you have this information so that you can make your own decisions. And I'll wait till the map goes up, and we'll roll some initiative and surprise round. Hopefully, I assume we get a surprise round.
I never assume.
I never assume either, but that's why I said hopefully.
Yep. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Adriel, your stealth ended up as a 20 something.
16.
Who got a 20?
I got a 25.
You got a 25.
I rolled really bad. I only got a 7. So,
well, 16 is pretty good.
It's good, but in comparison to if I had rolled higher on my number.
I'm going to put their tokens just here.
Yeah.
So we'll remember that they're in a...
We know they're in a boat. Yeah, they're not going to be walking on water, going other places.
Hey, they might have like walk on water spells. You don't know.
They might.
Been down the token.
No, what will be really interesting is if the guy was like, show me what you took out of there, and they showed him some things, but they actually concealed the super artifact somehow.
Okay. So...
Mm-hmm. At least we know it's so safe to swim in the water in a worst case scenario.
True.
I don't know how smart it is with that thing living in there, but it's not going to kill them. So yeah, they got to be all stacked together.
Yeah, I'll go like this. So
Yeah,
here are the 4 of them.
Can you name each model for the ones we know?
This is Intitark, the half giant.
Makes sense.
This is Cyrus, the crab knight.
Yep.
You're not sure who she is,
But that's the masked figure, yeah.
and you're not sure who this.
And
really
that's the ragtag, yeah.
looking one is.
Cool. Well, maybe we'll be able to talk to them before they die, and maybe not.
Okay, so in terms of surprise round, it is involving only Walykos.
So they spot you guys as you get close.
Yes, though Walykos gets the jump on that. And what do you do, Walykos?
I would like to shoot with my crossbow. Let's go ahead and make it. Ragtag guy could be a monk. Red mask seems like a caster. Taking out the caster seems like a good tactical move. They're going to have ranged attacks.
Oh, that cut out. Did anyone else get a lag there?
I'm sorry. Did you?
No, I heard him.
Okay,
He's
good.
taking a shot at the one on the
It
mask.
might be my end. I think I'm getting a lag.
Okay. Sorry, I'll repeat it for you. Basically, I'll be shooting the caster with the red mask. Taking them out seems like a good tactical move.
Okay, you take a shot with your
crossbow. Heavy crossbow. Yep.
What's your range on the heavy crossbow?
100/400. It's either 400 or 300.
Okay, so I need to move them up just a little bit closer on the map here.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
Crossbow. 5e.
So, probably like that. There we go. All right, so it's like maxed out long range on your crossbow.
So this is 400 feet, you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Well, because I have hidden, I assume that cancels the disadvantage.
Mitigates the disadvantage, so just
I'm
a straight roll.
Straight roll. Yep. Here we go. Does a 16 hit the red mask?
I believe it does. Yep. Even with side save, probably some half cover, you still land the shot with your crossbow bolt.
And that will be for a nice 11 damage on her. Opening volley.
All right. She is actually the one who's kind of alerting her comrades, right? That there's something up there ahead. She's noticing something or hearing something.
And then she takes out a crossbow bolt.
And then you shoot her.
Yeah.
Rods up there atop the
correct
tower.
Yep.
And that seemed to be a pretty strong strike against her. She doesn't seem to be armored. Seems like a spellcaster of some kind.
Makes sense.
And everyone go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay.
Opening things up with a strong hit against the enemy mage.
Gotta take out the mage first. Yeah.
24.
Aygir with an 18.
Vapor with a nice 19.
Walykos with an 11.
All right, Adriel, you're up.
Oh boy. Do I have the hide? Like, do I have that advantage?
Not from the masked woman, but from the other three.
She spotted the three of you, basically.
So the other three, though. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go for a. Oh, I'm out of range. Okay, here's a question.
So,
so
straight.
so short bow is 8320, I believe. Yeah, 8320. So how far away is that? How far away are they?
Well, Walykos maxed out a range of 400 to take this shot.
So yeah,
you
so
could. I don't know. You might be able to do your cunning action to dash as close as you can and take a shot.
Mm.
You can give it a try. You give it a try. What I'll do is I'll just move your token out there, and we'll see if.
Yeah.
Remember, it costs no movement to go prone.
Yeah, I'm going to like move up to where Walykos and them are, and then like staying hidden, of course, and then I'll just ready a short bow attack for when they get in range of 320.
Okay, sure.
All right, so you have a attack on the ready, and Vapor.
Okay, so with 30 feet of movement, could I get within 120 feet of them?
No,
they're for you. They're about maybe 400 feet away or a little more. That's the approximate range between their party and your party.
The good news is most of their spells won't reach either.
Yeah.
Do you have any ranged weaponry? Even like a crossbow?
I think I have a light crossbow.
A ranger would be really useful in this situation.
Well, thank you for that insight. Let's see. Light crossbow max range is 320.
Yeah,
so,
light crossbow.
Yeah.
You could
heavy
move.
And longbow are the really long range ones.
Yeah. Just wait a turn. They should be rowing closer.
I'm just gonna wait. What I have planned, I need to be within range with magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to dodge or anything, or
dodge is probably good. They might throw something our way, but 400 feet, like they'd have to have a distance spell doubling or something.
Yeah,
we'd have to have a sorcerer with a twin.
Well, double.
Aygir.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Alrighty. Well, there's still a good ways away, so I am going to summon forth my lightning bow integrated weapon from my magic armor and just, not actually draw it because that would be weird with a normal bow anyway, but I'm going to ready an action to shoot at them when they get to within 300 feet, which is the range limit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. Yes, so...
Oh, actually, wait, I might have a bonus action. Is that there's a bonus action, right? Or is it not? Nope, it's an action. Never mind. I have to go. That's me.
Okay. Next up is actually going to be that the mage, the masked mage that Walykos had shot.
Mm-hmm.
And she quickly is making a decision here. Walykos is there. She produces a scroll and she casts invisibility from it.
Okay.
And you hear, and you see a splash in the water, and she has gotten off of the rowboat.
That's kind of funny because when you're invisible and swimming in water, you're kind of visible because the water doesn't become invisible.
Yeah.
Stop using logic.
It might look like a bubble or something.
Oh yeah, no, it might look like a ripple that's going across, but you have to move your arms and move your body to swim. Even if you go underwater, there's still displacement. So
Illogical.
anyways.
This also makes it good for me, what
Yeah.
I had planned, because without their mage,
Oh.
they're fucked. Because guys, do remember I have Shatter.
Oh, but the water isn't toxic to just touch.
Yeah,
So,
but there's something in there that went after you when you made.
that's true. That would be interesting if it comes around. All right.
And the other thing is, they now have to swim, and that Crab Knight might sink.
he does
His
wear,
armor seems to be made of chitin.
but
so-
it's still heavy. You have your rules. I know you have rules for this, Esper. Your homebrew.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
anyways, who's up?
It is now Cyrus, the Crab Knight himself, and his
All right.
chitin armor, who we were just speaking of.
Yeah.
And
Abandoned ship.
he is not really too happy about that. He shouts a couple things, and he gets off as well. Oh, she is invisible. You're not seeing exactly.
Put her in the hidden layer, or
Yep.
just do the right click visible to player. Yeah.
Yep, I got it. All right.
That being said,
All right.
Yeah.
Cyrus is swimming.
that's fine.
And
He's still out in the middle of a huge lake and wearing armor.
he's swimming. It seems close to the surface, so mostly covered in the water, but not completely. It is Walykos's turn now.
So can you give me an idea based on the splash, which side of the boat she jumped off of? That should not require a perception check, I don't think.
Back.
The back of the boat?
Yeah.
So she might be trying to go back the way she came. I want to move 45 feet straight towards the shoreline. Like diagonally straight towards as straight line as I can. So I
Right.
dash out.
Yep. You hurry across the gritty soil towards the shore.
Yep. And do I see any? I know that you could make me make a perception check as an action, but is there a way that I can see where she is without making that action perception
There's
check?
not an obvious
Yeah.
visual on her.
Okay.
So you'd use an action to make a perception check.
I'll take my
If
shotgun.
if she tries to do something against you, I'll give you one as she, contested by her stealth.
Well, she'll just lose invisibility if she does anything against me, most likely.
True that.
I will. Is an action to activate the ice chip.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do that now.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I should have done it earlier, but I wasn't
A frosty
thinking.
glow ripples across your crossbow,
Crossbow.
and this
Yep.
icy mist begins wafting off of it, and it feels quite cold to the touch. And
I'm going to go prone. That doesn't take any movement or action, so I just go
sure,
down
that's
prone.
fine. All right,
Yep.
you get down onto your belly.
Yep.
And you wait there. And it is the Ragged One's turn, who I believe will be casting a spell of his own. Indeed, he does. He casts a spell, and you hear his utterances as they go across the expanse of the area, carried across the surface of the water. And there is maybe a wavering effect over the bodies of all of them over there, and they seem to fade in and out as though a camouflaging pall has been drawn.
Okay.
over them.
Gotcha.
Okay. And there is a decidedly much less audible of a splash as he goes into the water. Okay. Very well.
I wonder why the creature in the ocean isn't attacking them. Attacked us.
It seems pretty territorial, kind of just over there, right?
I mean, they are kind of on the side where it might come to them. Who knows?
Don't spoil it now. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. That's fine.
It is Intitark's turn. Hefty fellow who is also under the effect. The whole party's under the effects of this cloak of muffling sounds and camouflaging, and he
Pass without trace, probably.
Yeah, he decides that getting out of the line of fire is also a worthwhile endeavor.
They're all abandoning ship.
And he swims pretty well. He swims pretty quickly. Okay, there we go. And now a roll for a thing that definitely does not. Oh my gosh.
Is that a good? Oh my gosh. 20 of these things just rise up out of the water around them.
Okay.
Good thing we're not in the water.
Yeah. I'm going to guess they was rolling for the severity on a d20, and it probably was like a 20.
It wasn't a 20. It wasn't a 20, but it was pretty damn close to a 20.
It's like a 19.
All right, now I'm going to roll the direction now. Ah.
It was a 15 is what it was.
It was more than a 15.
Well, I've known you long enough to know that's always good for us. Oh, hello.
Is that a snail? I see like two little.
Could be a dolphin. I
So
can't really see.
Here is the creature.
Could you zoom in on it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Nice.
That's nasty.
So, yeah. So this is
like two lobsters coming out of his face.
There's a thing. This does not actually exist other than in my mind. So this is the closest artwork I could find to it. So it's roughly like this. Though it has these like spiky crests that runs along its back, and it's more fantasy monster like.
It looks like it's things here. It's like two shrimp.
Looks like a very unusual shrimp.
That's
a taxonomy joke.
It's a thing. Yeah, whatever. So,
It's a thing.
yeah. So here.
All right,
here
get the
goes.
garlic butter, boys.
Yeah, here it goes. And okay, got it. You hear it making that insectile, horrid droning sound, and it goes to attack her with its two like long radula.
Oh, it's
proboscis.
attacking the invisible one?
All.
Yeah.
Nice.
Remember, it is a concentration spell for invisibility.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay.
When NPCs attack other NPCs.
Yeah, we're just up there on the like 500 feet away. Like,
she uses a shield
you'll be
spell.
fine, guys.
She uses a shield spell to not be hit by the things like horrific raduli, and so she's fine. She's fine.
But the shield spell pops her invisibility.
It does.
It's any spell
Oh,
cast.
that's right.
Yes, it does.
I used it as Noxiqual. I know very
No,
well.
you're completely correct.
Yeah.
And to her, it is preferable to be visible than to be hit by whatever in the ever living fuck that thing is.
Yep. Could be poisonous. You don't know.
Yep. So, what are we doing? We're going to the next round. It's going to Adriel.
All right.
Adriel,
come on out. It's fine.
Yep. I'll move up there, 35 feet up.
You probably don't need to go prone. It looks like they're not going to be fighting back. They're just going to be swimming for their lives.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to move 35 feet up to probably a little bit behind Walykos, I would assume.
You could probably bonus action dash even.
I just want to see if I have range, I won't do that.
Okay.
But if I need to, then I will.
Okay.
Because I'm going to get disadvantage on the attack anyway. Well, I might get.
You're right.
The high, yeah.
No, I get you.
There's 35 feet of speed there.
Am I within 320 feet of the red person?
Probably not.
So remember, where you were was 400 feet from the boat
She's
before they moved.
370
Right.
feet away from you.
Okay, I'll bonus action dash another 35 feet.
So it's
Okay.
70 feet. So you would be approximately 330 feet from where the boat was. So
Well, could I move? Could I move to the right a bit as well? That'd probably get me a bit closer.
Let's
Potential.
diagonally put you straight towards her. So that's
Yeah.
a straight line's always what gets you the closest. She's 335 away from you.
that tracks about what, yeah. The math of 70 feet just doesn't quite get you there.
Yep. Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't have moved that far up.
That was just your bonus.
No, I think that's a good move. Like, honestly, what else were you going to do?
You're
Stand back
moving much
there?
faster than they are swimming, so it's highly feasible that next turn you'll just
You're going to get angle on them.
Yeah, next turn you'll be within firing range.
Just dodge.
will?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, like you're going to go to the right.
Swimming's at half speed.
Well, that's what I was asking earlier.
You're-
Like if I had movement to go to the right.
You went to the right as far
Oh, did
as
I?
you could.
Oh, I already moved 70. Oh, I didn't realize I'd already moved 70.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you moved as
I'll
close
just,
as you could.
Yeah, I'll just
Diagonally
I'll
directly
just
towards them.
yeah, I'll just Man, I could action dash again and get even closer.
I would. Honestly,
Yeah,
I
that's,
would.
yeah, that's what
because
I'm gonna do. Yeah, they're not gonna be attacking me. I doubt it. So I'm just gonna
They can't
action dash again.
swim
So
and
for another
attack,
35
probably.
feet.
And you're staying on the ground, not going into the water.
No, I'm not going in the water.
Okay.
You know,
Well, I mean,
Adriel like
either way,
dives in
they're
the
not
ocean.
like-
It's just like I'm coming for you.
They're not getting eaten away by acid or
Yep.
anything. So
But yeah, this is a
Yeah, there's just a monster in the water. Esper just wants to swing dice on us. Is that so much
Vapor.
to ask?
Vapor. It's your turn.
Okay, so Vapor's going to move 35 feet or what I have 30? Yeah, 30 feet.
I just realized I moved like 105 feet that turn. Feels good.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to spend a first level spell to cast Mage Armor. Because I
Good
forgot
call.
to do that earlier.
Okay, good call.
And no meta magic.
All right, Aygir, what have you?
All right, so
Or no wild magic.
it's really 105 feet to the water's edge.
Yeah, it's really
something
far.
like that.
All right. Well,
90 for you.
okay.
Just
And
cunning,
what about
just
the absolute closest to the rock? Might be even less than that, right?
There you go. 60.
All right, so actually I can do that with a dash.
You
So
could
I'll
dash
go
that.
ahead and dash over there, yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I think that is my whole turn. But
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now it's to the no longer invisible mage woman, and her shield effect now passes. She wishes she had Thunder Wave, but she does not. Well,
Does she have Dimension Door? She can just Dimension Door.
Yeah. Oh, is that all? Gosh, just forgot about that one. No,
Perhaps
not
only
high
level
enough for
5.
her. She is not
Level
a
4.
7th level. Not a 7th level.
Oh, four.
She will. God.
Oh, that's right. She moves. She gets opportunity attacked.
She could disengage and then just swim, 15 feet.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I can.
She'll
disengage
yell
and
at
move
one of
70
her.
feet.
She could yell at one of the others to save
You're
her.
not a rogue.
First of all,
Yeah.
she casts a healing word on herself.
Okay. Doesn't provoke, yeah.
Okay. So she heals back some of the crossbow bolt damage.
That's
And
okay. I've got another one for her.
yeah. Not surprised.
Yeah, I'll get
And
one on her
then-
too. Hopefully.
Oh, does she feel lucky? She's gonna try to be lucky and swim away. And
So
the thing makes an
she's-
opportunity attack.
All right. Come on, grapple.
Yeah. Oh, it rolled a nat one. All right. So she nimbly evades it. Maybe the last remnant of her shield spell knocks its Raduli away.
Mhm.
And
That's okay. She'll get like 30 feet if she dashes, maybe.
she will not dash.
So 15
She's going to
feet.
be attempting a hide.
In the
Hide?
water?
Wait, wait. How can she hide?
Not from it. She might be able to hide from us.
Camouflage.
Oh, from us maybe. Okay.
I mean, it's staring right at her, so I'm pretty sure she can't hide from it
All right.
unless there's magic
So,
involved.
yeah.
Oh, is healing word a bonus action?
It is.
It is.
Yep. Cure wounds is the action, but
What
it
happened to the
heals.
map? Everything went
Everything
black.
is dark.
All right, there we go.
That was weird. All right. All right. So she has a thing. Give me a second here. Making notes. Okay. And so you're actually not quite sure where she is. All right. And then we go to Cyrus, and a similar thing is happening with him. Similar tactic.
So I imagine to hide, they have to go like underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. And it is now Walykos's turn.
Wait, wasn't I before Walykos?
Well, you
No,
already
I
went.
don't think so.
You
Unless
already
you
went.
already, yeah, you might have already went.
That's right. You had a. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Walykos?
Stand up for half my movement,
Sure.
and then
yeah.
move
Two
me
of them went
20.
under the surface, and there's a thing over there, and
Move me 20 feet to the right. Well, diagonally towards the shore in the right.
Okay,
Yeah. Am I within 400 feet of the caster who cast the wavery, illusion kind of stealthness?
probably you are. Yeah, 370.
I would like to shoot him and use my Hand of Fate.
For advantage?
Yes.
To
which
mitigate
will-
the disadvantage, yep.
Yeah. And
All
it'll
right.
also, because I'm using it the proper way that it's supposed to be used, give me an extra action
That is true. That is
little
true.
thing. So let's see how this goes. So if I can hit him, I might be able to take down his spell. That is a nat 20.
Oh, oh yeah. Mm.
Did you not
Yeah.
get disadvantage on the attack?
I did not, because I used my Hand of Fate class feature to add
To get
advantage.
advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So you take a shot and you.
Oh, shoot. I have the D6 ice damage.
Yeah, you do.
All right.
Which is doubled.
Yes.
All right. Esper, do you need the ice damage separated out, or can I just give it to
No.
you all?
Just put it all together.
Holy moly. All right. That is going to be 23 damage.
Pretty good.
Ugh.
I think he needs to make a DC 11.
Constitution. Or,
Yeah, I think it's half the damage, or 10, whichever's higher.
Well, he also got a natural 20.
Okay, well, that's fine. Still 23
It's
damage.
easier nat 20, though his is not nearly as
Awesome.
noteworthy. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he maintains his pass without trace spell.
that's fine. Still 23 damage, and then my
Yeah, he yelled in pain when he got hit by that. Ah!
I think I'm going to take the dash action again to move 45 feet to the right. So I might pass my buddy there a little
There you
bit.
go. It is now the Raggedy Man's turn. And he is going to be following in the same tactic as the others.
Like at this point, they should like fight the monster, but then I guess they have to deal with us too. So they're just kind of like screwed either way.
They're in a really bad situation. They just need to try and escape.
They were so
Confident.
excited and thrilled and enthusiastic upon emerging from the dungeon.
Kind of
I feel like
reminds me of like a scenario that you would throw us into, Esper. Almost.
Yeah, I was
like,
about to say,
like
yeah.
this would be us leaving a dungeon, and you would have us ambushed by this exact scenario.
Yeah, we happen to be the adventuring party that's attacking the other adventuring party instead of the other way around.
But
Well, anything can happen in the land of mirrors and mourns. Who's left now? It's Intitark, the half giant, who begrudgingly follows suit with this tactic they're all employing. Does not.
Can you scroll down? How far away are they from the shore? Like, have they made any leeway?
At the moment, you can't see them. Well, maybe you can. Give me a sec here. I'm doing something to try to keep myself organized, and I think it's gonna be efficient in the end. That was not great, but better than a kick to the nuts. Okay, so why don't we do this one at a time? I think it's going to be just more organized that way. I'm going to have each of you roll perception checks. This is actually your contested perception check versus their stealth.
Okay.
So let's do Adriel.
Okay. I got not that good. Only a 12.
Okay. So Adriel, you're not sure, you haven't spotted any of them. You're not sure where they are. Vapor.
Nope, I didn't even do better.
Aygir.
18.
18. Okay, you've noticed Intitark, the half giant. He is here. You can see my pointer. And Walykos.
yeah, perception's not really my skills. 13. So
Okay, so it's only Aygir has noticed the big Intitark one. He's there, but underneath the surface, down under the water. He's all camouflaging in. It's difficult. You just basically see like a vague silhouette of him down there.
All right.
And he's swimming to the right on this map.
I'll still point and tell my allies, over there.
Now, the creature. Yeah, the creature swims really fast. It goes under the water as well.
and they should not have been able to hide from the creature when it's got literally staring them in the face.
So in my mind, the pass without trace is giving them that just as long as they're not within its blind sight range. So that was what I was thinking. As long as they get outside of its blind sight, they can roll their hide check.
Okay. Does it not have visual senses?
It does, but they've got pass without trace, so I think that gives you enough cloaking.
Doesn't make you invisible.
Hide check. Thus,
Yeah,
why
because
it
I
actually
remember when I
rolls
first
check to hide.
tried that with Drake back when he first was introduced, you wouldn't let me do it the way I wanted to. So
It's your call. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to slow things down, but
Yeah,
I just
can't speak
thought-
to what that situation with Drake was because I don't remember it. But
he was trying to hide in a shadowed corner, was going to cast Pass Without a Trace on himself to make his stealth even higher.
I don't know why I would have said no to that. But if you do it again, I will try to remember not to say no.
Well, you said you can't hide, and if they see you, they're going to be able to see you. You didn't.
Mm-hmm. Clearly,
You were. It was like line of sight. If they
I
can
mean,
see you in line of
mechanically, if it's got blind sight, it probably won't make a difference if he just circles and finds one. So
yeah. So I don't know. I can't speak to what happened probably like 2 or 3 years ago, but that's what I think makes sense. As long as they're outside of its blind sight, they're under the water, they've got pass without trace that like cloaks you and silences you. So I think that's enough for them to spend an action to make a stealth check to attempt to hide. I think that's fine. I guess I need to roll the thing's own perception check as well. Okay, so it's going to just circle around until it picks something up on its blind sight, which is not hard to do. It just goes forward or downwards at an angle for a bit and makes an attack. That will hit if she doesn't shield. She's going to shield. All right, so she burns another spell slot to get a shield off and not get hit.
Just out of curiosity, does this creature's attack make any disturbance in the water?
Probably a little bit.
So we have a general idea, okay, it might have found something there.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's something happening in that area.
You can see that it's gnashing out for something, so you believe that it's right in front of the creature. Again, they're kind of down at an angle, but you have a rough idea. Adriel, we return to you.
All right. Well, Aygir did point out one of them, so am I able to get an attack on that one?
Let's see. So here's what you'll do. You'll be making your attack, and then right before you do your attack roll, I'm going to have you make an intelligence check, which is like you deciphering the details of where he's describing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, before I do that, I will do my bonus action steady aim, so that I can get advantage on the attack.
Okay. Very well.
Yep.
You take steady aim, knock, and make an intelligence check.
Intelligence first, which will be not good. 7.
You fire, and your arrow goes into water.
Would the steady aim have given me advantage on intelligence potentially? Probably not, but
it's advantage on an attack roll.
Yeah, let me read it real fast. Yeah, so as a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll. Yeah, so it is the attack roll. I just didn't know, maybe since it was.
Yeah, not on an intelligence check. Maybe something that would help you with perception or something might give you bonus on that.
Okay.
Right, so you shoot, and Aygir's probably like, no, it's 2 paces more to that way, and it's hard to make it out.
Yep. What
from you?
Yeah, so I know I'm asking some weird questions here. Just don't want to confirm some stuff. So steady aim does make it so I can't move, but like I'm not sure exactly how this works. Like, would it have counted as a steady aim if I didn't see it? Like I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say. Like, does it still count as using the steady aim?
You probably, with your check, thought that you knew where it was, regardless if you passed or failed.
You did your best to shoot, not based on your own visual confirmation, but where Aygir's just verbally.
You don't know that you rolled an 8. You thought you rolled a nat 20. You're like, there it is.
You may have nat
fair.
20.
That's fair.
Like
okay, yep, that's my turn then because I can't move.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my move then. Or that's my turn then because I can't move after that.
A fair try. Vapor. We now are looking at you.
He is just gonna. So it looks like the last that he saw them, they were running off to the right, so to the west. So he's just gonna dash 60 feet to the west. Kind of a slight downwards towards the shore, but for the most part, he's mostly aiming to go more west.
Okay, so something like that?
Yeah, that's perfect. Because they're still way out of range, so there's no point in doing anything but just running.
Very well. Aygir.
Alrighty, well, unfortunately, I may have another pretty boring turn, but I think I'm going to just have to dash over directly to the right on the map. See how far my 60 feet gets me. I'm the slow poke of the party, but sooner or later I'll be able to start taking some shots at these guys.
All right. You move that way, hustling along the shore, staying in a pretty close distance proximity with your allies and hoping for the best. Okay, so She is not happy about her situation. This thing is terrible, and it just had to show up right there. So okay.
Cast magic missile.
Yeah.
However, I will just one small logical point, Esper. If she opens her mouth to do a verbal spell underwater, does she lose rounds of oxygen? Like, how would you educate that. I'm sure she can cast it underwater. But if she can't breathe underwater, what is she giving up in terms of air? Because she did cast a shield spell, and I believe that's a verbal.
Yeah, probably so. If it comes to a situation where she might be running out of air, I'll like subtract some of the time from the spells that she's cast. Makes sense to me.
Okay.
She wishes she had like a stun type spell or something to disable this creature, or dimension door. She does not have such things though. She has, what does she have?
Problem is she knows invisibility didn't help her, even if she could cast it again.
Yeah. I think she's gonna risk the opportunity attack again. Okay, I don't think that hits. That does not hit. Okay, so she is swimming. Okay. Got it. Next, we come to Cyrus the Crab Knight. He will... Yeah. Okay. Okay, got it. And Walykos, it is your turn. So there's nothing really obvious happening, but it is your turn now.
Walykos, just move me 45 feet to the right. Kind of tracking along the shore to get me closer to where they are around. I guess realistically, the only thing I can do is either ready an action to take a shot when I see one, or to make a perception check. And
or you could dash further.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know where they're going to try and get out. Like they might double back, it's like realistically I gotta see where they are. And unfortunately that spell, that +10, is just way too much. Although some of them are wearing armor and they have disadvantage on their stuff. Depends. I don't know.
Cyrus is wearing heavy armor. He would have disadvantage on stealth.
They all seem to do really well. I'm just going to ready an action to shoot if I visually can spot,
That's fine.
An enemy.
Okay. Yeah. So you ready a shot with your crossbow for whenever you feel the moment is right. That was Walykos. Okay. Now I've got the Raggedy Man. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Got it. And then is it Intitark the half giant? I believe so. Yeah, it is. Okay. And this is the one that Aygir actually had visual confirmation on. Okay. Aygir, you're seeing this happening because you're the one that made the good enough perception check to notice the bigger one, the half giant. He has actually come back. He backtracked, say half of the distance or so, something like that. He backtracked some of the area that he had swam last time, and he deploys a weapon which, as best you can gauge, seems to be a harpoon, and it lances out through the water, attacking this strange chitinous monster here. And he makes an attack roll. Clearly, he was a little disheveled with the panic of the situation, as that didn't work out well.
So since he's coming out, can we all see him now?
Yeah. Let's do
I mean,
that.
usually when you make an attack,
I
don't
think
stay still.
it's enough to where, yeah, you would notice the movement and such.
Can I take my ready to action?
You can. He's under the water. He'll have
Disadvantage.
3/4 cover.
Yep. I assume he's not within 100 feet, so disadvantage roll. I'll take it anyways.
Yep. Though he does not seem to be.
It misses.
Okay, his armor seems to be light armor, though. He's not a heavily armored.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long shot, but it's, free attack. Might as well take it.
Right. You shoot, and doesn't turn out like you had hoped. It's a bit of a difficult shot, but you tried.
Oh, I knew it was going to miss. I just wanted to take the shot.
The creature does his attack with like its extending radula things. It's attacking something that is not Intitark the half giant. Perhaps it's prey that it had been going after. And I'm rolling a thing. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yes, kill your own creatures, Esper.
It's more like killing her spell slots, which is a way of killing them, I suppose.
I'm okay if she just burns.
She doesn't want to be hit by that. So
burn every single spell slot.
There's her last first level spell slot.
I mean, she can use a second level spell slot to use the shield spell, just so you know.
Yeah, and you know what? It gives you exactly 0 more bonus to your AC when that
is correct.
She seemed when you saw her, right? She seemed quite freaked out by this creature. It's a pretty grotesque thing.
Yeah, I would say so. It can survive in this poison water,
Yep. Adriel.
Oh, am I within 320 feet of the giant guy?
Let's.
You can be, probably.
You can be with one move.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Why?
He wants to get his bonus to get advantage.
You want to do the steady aim. Okay, I got it.
That's fine. Just get up and take your shots, man.
Yep. I'll move even further. I'll move as close as I can with a bonus action dash.
Another 35.
Okay. Yep.
All right, there you are, and take a shot with disadvantage, and he has 3/4 cover from having, a number of feet of water.
Don't worry so much about hitting, but yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah. The first roll was a 26, but the second roll was a 9.
Yeah.
Sploosh.
It's okay.
And that's my turn.
Vapor.
I'm rooting for the creature.
All right. Well, with them still being so far out, what I did last turn is pretty much going to be the exact same thing. That 60 feet of dash, more going towards the right, a little more right than down.
Okay.
He did a good
There you go.
job.
You're kind of close to Walykos there. And get it closer. I mean, so far, this creature seems to be sort of handling this for you while you all are taking long shots from the shore, which one or two of them have hit already. So
yeah, I mean, I did.
Far, everything actually seems to be going quite in your favor. But we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anything could still come to pass.
Oh, yeah. Once they get on shore, it's anyone's game. Aygir, you're muted.
Oh, you're on mute.
Yes, I also wasn't sure I heard him say Aygir. But yes, so he will move 30 feet, not a full dash, just 30 feet over that way. And I'm assuming that does not bring him within 300 feet of anybody, right?
Let's check. 320 for the half giant.
Right. Am I within less than 30 feet from any of my party members?
No, 45 are the
Okay. Then I'm going to have to just make this one a dash as well. Yep.
Okay.
One of these days, I'll be near enough to one of them to cast guidance on them, or near enough to the enemies to take a shot at them.
Well, guidance won't help with our attack rolls, though.
No, but it'll help us
Could
stop
Perception. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So, I guess enough is enough. And
You pulling out the big guns, Esper?
so here's I gave this a little bit of thought. Here's my logic.
Yep.
You can hold your breath, assuming you were able to, take a deep breath, which they were. If you're not like surprised, you can hold your breath for
1 minute plus one
plus
per
your con modifier
Yep.
number of rounds.
Minutes.
Minutes.
Yes.
And then after that minutes, you have rounds equal to your con modifier before you pass out and you go to 0 and you're dying.
Yeah, you need to reach air in those rounds. Yeah.
Now, what about, like you said, if you're spell casting with verbal components or speaking underwater? So my thought is like that. When you do that, it like takes off one of those units of time.
I don't disagree.
I think that's a fair way to rule it, because if we think that a round is 6 seconds, right? And she just, exhaled.
She has to pronounce the word.
Cast those spells.
Exactly.
So I think that makes sense to me. So I'm keeping that in mind, because she's
got to get to the surface.
She doesn't have a great deal of time left.
Yeah, she's got to get to the surface at least and get a breath.
Yeah. So she is. I think she's going up for breath in further spell casting.
Makes sense. Does she provoke? Is the question.
Yeah. So would she be more than 5 feet away from the crest? She won't be more than 5 feet away from it, so she won't be leaving the threatened range. It's kind of like going from.
So she's just under the surface. She's popping up
like 10 feet down, or I don't know, maybe 15 at the most, and then she's going up. So she's still adjacent to the thing, just above it.
Sure.
She's, you see the surface of the water break, and she's going to be laying down some spells, because this thing is just really
pissing her off.
It's really causing some problems. Where my thing? Here it is. Okay. So
let's see what she's got.
The first thing that she has is actually a spiritual weapon.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
But then she has to cast a cantrip. She can't cast another spell.
Yep. What weapon? Do I not have it here? Oh, I don't have it here. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little marker on there, and then I'll make a weapon token here in a moment. Okay, that's good enough for now. All right, so here we go, and that does a slicing type maneuver. Oh gosh, they're not rolling good on attacks. Does that hit? That is not enough to hit. So that sucks. And now she casts a cantrip spell, because that was
bonus action
spell.
Yeah.
She casts a cantrip, and there is a sound like a far-reaching and great
bell
tolling noise, and the creature is making a wisdom saving throw. And it makes the save. Things are not going well for the thralls of Bay. Their luck has suddenly shifted, and the tables are turning, and they don't like that. And it is Cyrus the Crab Knight's turn, and he doesn't quite have equipment to fight very effectively underwater. You need like spears and stuff for underwater fighting, daggers.
Yeah.
What would he do in this situation?
Run like a
He would
swim for your life.
He's like defending her. He is, I think he's like imposing himself and taking the dodge action.
Okay.
So he's going a defender route.
He's trying to get its attention on him.
Walykos.
Okay.
Walykos.
So we see her on the surface now. I'm gonna
She's broken the surface. Yeah.
move 45 feet to get closer, to the shore and to the right. Yep, 45 feet, and wherever that gets me.
Yes.
And give me a distance on her, just out of curiosity. I'm pretty sure it's still long range.
265.
Okay, getting closer. I have no way of getting advantage on this to my knowledge, so I'm just gonna, unless I can't hide. There's nothing to hide here on the shoreline, I don't assume.
Not where you're standing. You could hide like by swimming down underneath the surface of the water.
And pop it, just go under the water and pop out with my crossbow. I mean, I've got a bonus action hide. That's the thing.
You want to get out there in the water and do a hide check?
I mean, how out there can I go like 5 feet into the water and just use the water's edge?
Well, it's shallow right by the shore, but
yeah,
you could dash and go out half.
Well, if I've got half cover, I could hide, I assume.
3/4?
You need 3/4 cover, not half?
If someone's looking right at you, you'll need to get back behind 3/4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she looking right? I guess you're looking in all directions, whatever. I'm just going to take my shot with disadvantage for now, and we'll work it out next turn.
Okay.
Holy shit. A natural 20 and 18 on the dice.
Okay. She has shield up, but I think you're still going to
That's 25 to hit.
Or wait, no, she doesn't have shield up. She just took her turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does she want a shield? And will it even matter?
Does she want to?
Because a 25, yeah.
I think a 25 is still going to hit either way.
Just roll your damage.
All right. Thank you, Esper. Here comes some ice damage on top. Oh, yeah. All right. So that's plus that. 13.
13.
Yep. Does she have any concentration? She doesn't have a concentration spell.
Not doing a concentration spell.
Yeah.
No. All right. So you damage her for 13. Very good. Very good. The ragged man. He was hoping she would have damaged the thing. So, gosh.
Is he still underwater?
He is. Okay. He's doing a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting. That might actually be a helpful thing. All right, let's see. Let's see.
You know what I just realized? That I'll get sneak attack if I hit one of these guys because they have an enemy with it within 5 feet of them.
Is that the wording of it? Is it?
Yeah. I just read it too. Yeah, so it says you don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is. So it doesn't have to be an ally. It just has to be another enemy.
That's pretty awesome.
That's
funny. I was reading that because I was like, wait, does this work? I was like, oh, it does. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love this game.
Ditto. Okay, so something's going with the Ragged Man. He seemed to have some success in whatever he tried to do. The creature is fighting and stuff's happening over there.
Yeah.
And Intitark, the half giant, he is going to be doing something now. I think he's going to try that harpoon again.
I will say though, I do have to have disadvantage. I can't have disadvantage on my attack though when I do it, so I have to get a steady aim shot on it.
That is true. Okay. I don't even think that would work because you still have disadvantage. You have disadvantage and you have advantage.
Yeah, but that cancels it out, right? To normal.
I don't think so. Double check on that. If you would check on it, but I'm pretty sure
what's the question?
Having disadvantage and you're considered having advantage simultaneously.
I'll check.
But double check. I'm not 100% on that. It's just I've seen it that came up. I vaguely have a notion that came up in some other game of mine. Okay, so Intitark the half giant. He tries his harpoon again. Nope, that's not happening. He's just rolling really low. He's rolling terribly low.
We've all been there.
The creature now has an interposed foe in the way of the thing it was attempting to prey.
Could just swim around it.
It could just swim around.
Nothing makes him attack that creature.
So
how intelligent is it? Yeah.
It's feeling confident, and it will do some swimming. It does provoke an opportunity attack, I believe.
From who?
Oh wait, no, it stays within range. Okay,
Yeah.
So no, it doesn't. Okay, so here we go. Now Intitark still has a thing that's helping her. It has disadvantage on its attack.
He's got the interposing whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't hit that time. Very good. And Adriel.
Yep. What we were talking about, I did find a ruling. So on Player's Handbook 173, it's a forearm reading. It says if circumstances cause a roll to have both advantage and disadvantage, you are considered to have neither of them, and you roll 1d20.
Okay.
So for sneak attack, it does. Yep. So am I within 320 of the red one? Because I would like to, if I can get that snack attack.
Probably so.
There's a way to do it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, without moving, because I need steady aim.
Oh, sorry, right. Steady aim is with
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, she's
right. We're within like 200
yes.
some. Yeah.
Good. All right, I will steady aim and I will get a normal. I'm gonna miss. It's okay. Don't worry. Like all this work.
You steadily aim. Oh, I guess you're doing a short bow.
Yep. All right, let's see if I hit. Come on. Let's see. All right. I got no problem. Oh wait, no, 22.
Yeah.
Yes. Victory is mine. Alrighty. So let me get my sneak attack. I've been actually create I've been looking at another screen. I've been like setting up my character sheet like on Roll20 so I can like click things. It's been
nice.
It's been very nice. All right, so that's going to be 11 damage for my short bow. I got max damage on that, and then my sneak attack is not as high. My sneak attack's only 5, so that's 16 damage altogether though. So
only 16 damage.
Okay, so your arrow lodges into her side. She shrieks an awful shriek, and she is unconscious and dying.
Nice.
Aha! Yeah, so I'm gonna after I do that, I'm gonna say I think I got one, Walykos.
Nicely done. Now let's
I just
target the
noticed a
rest.
comment here from one of the viewers. TJ asks, should she not have had 3 mouthfuls of poisonous water when she uttered verbal part of her shield spells? I don't think so. Usually when you project, I mean, I've spoken underwater.
You don't have to drink the water. Yeah.
She probably would get a little bit in her mouth, but I wouldn't
She
call
probably
it
spit it out pretty quickly when she surfaced.
Yeah.
Well,
now the arrow wounds are definitely going to be affected with the water.
I just want to say I'm so happy
at the moment of an arrow sticking out of her ribs.
Yeah.
I was supposed to say, I'm so happy that sneak attack works even when 2 of my enemies are fighting each other. It's great.
Well, so the question I guess is, if you're unconscious underwater in this, do you float?
The human body. The human body is buoyant. Yeah.
The human body is buoyant. It depends on how much she has on her.
Yeah.
If she has enough that she's at least neutral buoyancy, yes. If she has enough that she'd be negative buoyancy, then she would sink.
Right.
But
she's not wearing
technically
a ton of armor,
speaking,
though.
she should float, but she's going to be floating face down.
I don't know. That mask is pretty heavy.
I mean, it might make her go down.
Yeah, but she would float, but she's going to be floating face down.
Right.
So
I don't think it's going to be an issue unless they've got a healing potion they can shove in her. I think she's not going to do well.
They do have healing potions.
All right,
but let's just play this out because
let's play it out.
It's a hell of a situation here.
Yeah.
Let's go to Vapor's turn and see if you have a thing to do.
Unfortunately, they're all over 120 feet from me.
Yeah.
And I believe my longest range spell, unless I could get within 180 feet, I don't think I can hit them.
It's fine.
With 33.
Don't forget 320 feet on your crossbow if you just want to take disadvantage pot shots.
Yeah. I'd rather
mean-
drop magic on them. So it's just if I can just keep dashing that way to try to get a better angle.
I mean, the closest you can probably get is like 200 feet from the shoreline.
Right.
That's
I mean,
fine.
until you start swimming out there, you're never going to get within the 120.
I'm hoping. Yeah.
It's honestly probably a better idea to just take a shot with disadvantage at this point.
Yeah, I'll just have to do that.
Right. And,
Pulls out this little hand crossbow and takes a
as I
whack at it.
mentioned, like, your side is winning here right before your very eyes.
Yeah.
So
You're
don't feel too
contributing.
bad.
Nope,
Yeah.
I missed.
All right. So you bust
No
out
worries.
a light crossbow, get it loaded up, you
Fire,
take a shot,
nothing.
and doesn't turn out like you'd hoped for, but maybe next time.
It's a little hand crossbow.
Just keep trying.
Aygir.
All right, so first I move a regular move 30 feet directly to what is right on the map. And am I now within 300 feet of
Yeah.
one of them?
Yes.
You should be.
I am. Okay.
Yeah. You're at
Then-
like 260 or 270 or something like
With
that.
my seemingly made of lightning integrated bow, or it looks like a bow, I will essentially mime drawing back an arrow and loose that shot, which
All right.
it's greater than 90 feet, so it will be.
Who is your target? The half giant or the masked mage?
Well, do I feel cruel? I am neutral good. I will target the half giant. He is a bigger target.
Yeah.
In character, Aygir thinks he can probably hit that one.
I'll be attacking the unconscious one again.
Take this.
So you take a shot at the half giant.
This
He
your big
wears
bastard.
light armor and doesn't seem particularly dexterous, though he does have a good amount of water,
Right.
imposing some blockage. Go ahead and take your shot. At do you have you have disadvantage for this range?
Actually,
Oh,
spend my inspiration.
Okay.
oh
So,
shit.
it will be flat.
You got this.
That's probably a good idea, yeah.
That was gonna be a crit. It bounced around, bounced back. It's still, I'm assuming, a hit. It is it's above 20. It's 24.
Nice.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If that doesn't hit, then we're in trouble. No.
Yeah. All right, and I'm expending my once per turn use of the thing to do an extra d6 on top of the normal d6. So we are looking at that is, I can do basic math. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 damage.
All right. You do 10 damage to the half giant. Well done. It is okay. So now it's the mage's turn. All right. So the question was, is she face down in the water? Is she floating? Is she sinking? Okay. She's got adventuring gear on her, so I'm sure that's enough to make somebody sink. Not like a stone, but I mean, there's some weight to that.
She's no longer swimming.
I'm
She
just gonna
starts
roll
sinking.
a good old random DMD 20 to see. Okay, so she's in an optimal position for the situation she's in, unconscious and dying, as optimal as that can get. So she's like tilted back. She's floating.
Make a death saving throw.
with her gear. She's making a death saving throw. She succeeds on the death saving. Not that you all would know that. She
No. You don't have to tell us, but thanks.
yeah. Well, it's cool and it's not both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, one is more immersive
Yeah.
and like you wouldn't know. So I'm just telling you what you see.
Yeah.
And then the other way is kind of interesting in a meta way.
I hear
All
you.
right.
I hear you.
Let's go to the Crab Knight. All right, the Crab Knight.
Move within 5 feet of the giant. I want more sneak attack.
Bring her a healing potion. Come save her so we see you.
Yep.
And sneak attack. All rogues are good for, Esper.
Okay, so I think he's going to be administering the healing potion, and then
I feel like he could get away if he didn't do that, though. Like, it's probably just going to eat the mage. He could just run, leave her.
She might have the thing that they came here for.
It's a good point.
I mean, if they run away without that, it's as good as failure.
Well, that's why he just like swims up to her, takes the artifact, and then like pushes her back into the creature and runs.
You're not exactly sure what they have been like specifically what their task is here. You know,
Might
you
be
get general
knowledge.
ideas, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's like, were they supposed to bring back a specific thing, or was it just a scouting mission, or
Yeah.
information gathering? Was it just a test of their powers? What was it specifically is a little bit beyond your ken. Okay, so he administers to her a healing potion. She has 1 injury, so she has exhaustion of a 1st level sort.
She has exhaustion. She's bleeding out from an arrow wound. It's great, and she's in the water with a monster.
Well, she's not bleeding out
bleeding out
from the
anymore.
arrow
She's not
wound
dying.
anymore.
Yeah.
She's bleeding in with the arrow
Who
wound
said?
inside of
Who
the
says
arrow
there's only one monster in the water?
I also should make mention of something which you all by this point would have noticed.
Yes.
Intitark, the half giant, has an injury on him.
Because of yesterday.
He was already injured,
Yeah.
as in the 1 level of exhaustion. So something didn't go well for him.
Right.
Being the tank, probably in the first delve.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Makes sense.
Yeah, you notice an injury on him. So, but now she has one as well. Okay.
Did he have to move closer? Did he have to move within 5 feet of the monster to do the do that?
Oh, he's
potion?
within 5 feet of the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, he is?
I think so. Like,
yes.
Am I blind? I thought that he's like 10 feet away from it.
look at where they are on the map.
So this is not the half giant. This is the crab knight.
Oh, the crab knight.
The half giant, the one that the token you see, he's the one that has an injury already. The crab knight is the one that's wearing the full chitin armor.
So question: we can't see him. Did he reveal himself when he did that?
He's still successfully hidden.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, I see. I understand now.
And I think he's gonna actually pull her now that she's like conscious and whatnot. I think he's gonna pull her under the water.
Didn't it
for her own.
use his action to heal her?
Yes, he did. So, yeah, I guess we'll just stay with that. Let's go to Walykos.
All right. So I can still see her she's starting to move again. I'm like, oh no, you don't.
Yeah.
Another arrow.
Here's what I would like to do, Esper, and you tell me how this happened. Like, is this possible? Can I go out into the water 15, 20 feet, enough to go under the water, hide with my bonus action, pop up and shoot? Like, all I want to do is get to the water is like my head level.
I got lagged a little bit there, but I think you said you're going to try to use the water to hide in and try to pop up and shoot.
Like, if I can go to like chest level, I feel like I can sink down where I'm hidden and then pop up,
Okay.
If that's okay. And with 45 feet of movement, I think I've got the move speed.
Okay, so you go out and then make your stealth check.
Here's the stealth check. Oh, that's real good. Oh yeah, that's 24.
Excellent. Are you shooting at her?
I would like to shoot at her.
Okay.
Advantage cancels out the disadvantage.
Right. Yep. Go for
it. 25 hit.
Yeah. So she now has a crossbow bolt in her and is back to dying and has 2 injuries.
Okay. I didn't know how much healing she got.
I actually kind of imagine
you did at least 5 points of damage.
Correct. I did 9.
You know what? I almost like imagine it like as he's going to like pour the healing potion, you like shoot the healing potion out and it like shatters.
No, that doesn't work because she has to heal, which gets rid of her.
I know.
But so she heals. She sits back, and then like another bolt like hits her in the shoulder, and her eyes roll up. And she just goes like that.
She's like, "Oh, thank you so much."
Yeah, that's okay. I like wasting their actions. And yeah,
right.
that's me.
The raggedy one is now going. Okay. So
Yes, reveal yourself with a flashy spell, please.
that's not what he is doing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm rolling a thing. Don't mind me. Okay. All right. And now we go on to Intitark, the half giant, who has missed with its harpoon twice, but it was undaunted and will try once again.
And I have a question after his turn for the party.
He has not hit. He apparently cannot roll anything above a natural 7 on a d20, which is very
I've had that night, and it
a
sucks.
very
I'm so
unfortunate curse to have.
Sorry. Yeah.
The monster.
Really quick, just a point I want to ask everyone.
Yes.
We're 15 minutes from the 3-hour mark. This
Yeah.
seems like it's going to go a little while. However, tomorrow is Memorial Day. Most of us
True.
have off.
True.
Is everyone okay with going a little bit longer to finish the combat out?
Yeah.
Anyone
Um,
have obligations that you need to do after this?
I did let my friend know. He wanted to talk to me about some stuff like after
Okay.
this session, if that's cool. I usually
fine.
would be okay with staying longer, but I don't want to make.
This
him
is why I
wait.
brought it. This is why I brought
Yeah.
it up now, so we know whether or not to,
Usually
I
I
would
would be actually, but yeah.
Cool.
I would also rather end it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think Vince needs to rest. Why don't we
Let's 15
go through
minutes.
one more round?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see where we get.
Yeah.
Well, top of the round, then we come to. Oh no, actually, the bottom of the round. We are at the creature's turn, the strange creature's
Yes. Kill
And,
them. Kill
it-
them.
turn. It really wants its prey. Really wants its prey.
Attack the other one so that I get sneak attack on that one. Do it.
I mean, there's this crab creature. It seems like it's invading its territory.
Yeah, well, the crab creature keeps deflecting its attacks. So
Oh.
at
And
least
as we
one of
know,
them can
crabs
do
and shrimp are natural enemies.
something. Adriel, it is your turn.
What
Adriel.
you got, Adriel? That's you, Nick.
It's my turn.
Adriel,
Oh, sorry, I
Adriel,
didn't,
yep.
I didn't hear you. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna actually attack the one that's unconscious. That's just a waste. I'll just steady aim and attack the other one that I can see. I won't
Half
get sneak
giant.
attack, but yeah, but I'll get an attack on it.
Okay.
Well, the half giant is within 5 feet of the creature, isn't he?
Is it?
Nope.
It's
No,
not.
no,
Okay.
the half giant is
only
yeah.
the unconscious mage and the crab knight.
But you can't see the crab knight,
I
unfortunately.
can't see. Yeah, I can't see the crab. knight.
All right. I
Yep,
mean,
so I'm
still
just- I'm-
put
yep, I'm
damage
just-
on the thing.
The
Yeah.
half giant's
gonna-
like 15 feet away from it.
Alrighty, my roll
10 feet away
is
from it.
an 18 to hit.
Okay. And he's got I'll give him 3/4 cover for being in a lot of water.
Oh, so I probably don't hit.
Actually, I think you do. Yeah, you hit him.
Really? Oh, fantastic! 11
lightly
damage.
armored.
Yeah, he's not a AC type person.
11 damage. I rolled max damage again.
Yeah.
Nicely
He
done.
does-
Three.
he's not very classy when it comes to armor.
Yeah. It's okay.
Maybe he should be.
Yeah.
Good job. Vapor.
I was making sure that
think-
Oh, sorry.
So I think Vapor will move at 30 feet and then just make another shot.
Okay. You could always swim
Are
into
you
the
shooting
water.
at the half giant? Or are you shooting at the unconscious mage?
Shoot at the half giant.
Seems legit.
Nope, not gonna hit.
What's your number?
I rolled a 3
Okay.
on the dice, and I have a +1 to Dex, so
Okay.
that's a 4 total. So no.
Just don't have a +1 to Dex. Have a higher plus value.
Archery is not your forte, but you
Yeah,
give it a-
Crossbows,
you give it a
using
try.
crossbows is not Vapor's thing. He would rather be casting magic, and with each missed shot, he's getting more and more pissed.
you're doing some troll rage.
You could always you could always swim in the water and then shoot some
He
things.
just like chucks the crossbow and like a fireball, like your new spell, like comes out of it. You know?
Yeah, but it's dream. Maybe by this point you could have swam out there to be within 120 feet.
Yeah, and then the fish starts attacking us, Esper. Good advice.
Remember, not a fish. You tried in the fish command, didn't work on it.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Not a fish.
So the not a fish. Yeah.
And I add, it seems to swim very fast. It's very nimble in the water.
Yeah.
Okay. That was Vapor Aygir.
Alrighty.
Hashtag not a fish.
Aygir, unlike Vapor, is the very picture of calm as he takes his shot with disadvantage. And that is highway robbery, robbing me of that natural 20. But I still get a 17 to hit.
Oh gosh.
That's just barely not.
He has a 17 AC with
Oh,
his cover.
that does hit.
With 3/4 cover.
Yep.
Yes, that
Nicely
does hit.
done.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He's got like
And
studded leather equivalent armor and no dexterity.
that'll do a decent pile of damage. That will do 15 damage. Well, okay, maybe not that great, but it's some damage.
No, 15 damage is great.
Yeah, because
That's
between
true. I keep
us,
forgetting how low
because
level we are. Yeah.
because you and I both did 26 damage to him like in 2 turns. That's really good.
Oh yeah. Just keep it up, guys.
That's my bolt
I mean,
of lightning.
Here's the thing: the sorcerer and the crab knight is still in the battle. Sorcerer is trying to help them out, so he's going to have to reveal himself eventually. If he keeps casting spells underwater, he's going to lose his air, and he'll have to.
Yeah,
surface.
there is one more magic user.
Yeah. So, I look forward to seeing what Esper has planned for him.
The unconscious character is again
Still unconscious.
not face down, glubbing unconsciously or sinking, and the death saving throw is. Did we decide if it's more interesting for me to not reveal it?
That's up to you. I don't mind.
I'd like to keep it secret. Let's just stick with the immersive narrative.
She doesn't wake up. That's all we really need to know.
Yep. You don't really notice anything happening. She's just kind of gently floating there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Who's up?
I'm just checking a thing to see.
Sure.
Okay.
This is one of those few combats in Esper's campaigns where I'm just like, yeah, I think we win here.
There's so few, you have to treasure these.
It's good planning and a little bit of
the
clever,
crab knight
nice chaos.
The crab knight switches up tactics and he goes on the offensive. He
Ooh,
produces a
exciting.
javelin and he stabs the thing twice with it.
And he hits, or is you still rolling?
He hits 2 times.
Nice.
He's down there a ways, so he's under the water. He's got the
Yep.
3/4 cover, but he's repositioned himself and is like actively fighting this thing. He stabs it twice. And
Oh, this is exciting. If they can kill it and it kills them, and we finish them off, like
Then
Then
we
we
can
could
go
just-
and search their bodies.
I was gonna say, we can get whatever they came here for.
And more.
Yeah,
all
presumably.
right. So he stabs it twice. They seem to be quite good stabs at that. And Walykos, you remember this fellow, like I said, from your time. Now you haven't seen him
Yeah,
in what's it been, a year or 2 now, so he's probably even advanced more. But he's called the Crab Knight for a reason.
yes.
He's not a low-ranking soldier peon type person. He's a very formidable fighter
Warrior.
type character. Yeah.
Oh, cool. If
So-
he makes it to shore, I'm sure we'll
He uses
be
a
appreciative.
He uses a secondary weapon, but it's still pretty damn effective what he just did there.
Yeah.
It is Walykos's turn.
All right. I would like to try and hide again using the water. Got a 22. That's my bonus action.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move you a little bit.
Yeah,
so you're,
yeah.
kind of ducking under and repositioning to get it.
Just keep me within one move of the shore. Kind of seems
I just moved
reasonable.
you like a square over.
You're
You got a
good.
22.
A 22 stealth. Yeah.
Okay, against the half giant. He's not going to be able to beat that. So no.
Take my shot.
Yep.
All right, I'll take my shot at the half giant. Does a 21 hit?
Yep.
All right.
We established 17. That's what you needed.
Yep. He's going to take 16 damage between the ice and the clunk.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Extra D6 helps a lot.
So that's quite a hit there.
Yeah.
He's still up, but yeah, that you don't think he's gonna be able to withstand much more. He looks like he's getting very worn down and quite bloodied and such.
And I just keep my eyes out. I assume they're all in the middle of the lake. Yeah.
Back into the water.
Yep.
You're what's the term for that called? Frogger? Is that a frogger? Frogman.
You're probably
Frogman.
Something.
Frogman
like
is
that.
a Navy SEAL. It's not a frogman.
Yeah, probably not. But I'm just poking up with my gun out of the water and shooting, and then going back down.
All right. That's interesting. Let me read. I have to read a spell.
Take your time.
The great part is like if they just use all their spells now, like the moment they get on the shore, we just like chase them down and kill them.
That's the thing. They're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. But
The other thing is they have to run back through the
minefield of the lava
minefield and
survive any creatures that are on the island back to the shore. Yeah.
Although that said, not all of us are named Adriel, so we might not be initially just right off the bat trying to murder them so much as maybe knock them out.
Yeah, Adriel like helps them out of the water, like, here, take my hand, pulls them up, stabs them in the guts, like, you shouldn't have taken my hand.
Well, you're just they're escaping from the place with all the treasure, and you're just there to give them their reward.
Yes. Your eternal reward. Yes. We know. Yeah.
What is that from again? What's that?
Aygir.
I forgot where that was from. Like I know the reference.
Is this sarcasm, or are you asking? Like
No, I don't remember where. I know the reference.
Aladdin. It's Jafar and Aladdin.
Aladdin. That's
the old guy.
Right. Yes. I remember now.
Cave of Wonders.
Yeah. Cave of Wonders. Yeah. Your eternal reward. And then Abu.
The real
Abu things.
The real Aladdin movie.
Yes. Well, wait. No, you mean just Aladdin.
Okay.
There is no false Aladdin. There is only one.
Yeah. Well,
there's actually a
Yeah.
sequel. There's a sequel, Aladdin and the King of
Return
Thieves.
of Jafar or something.
Yeah.
We
There's
can
also
discuss
there were
that. We can
three.
discuss that after session.
Yeah.
After session, guys, let's just keep going. We're almost
Let's
done.
get as much as we can.
Indeed.
The Raggedy Fellow casts a spell underwater, pass without trace.
Okay. Oh,
Wait,
goes
hold
away.
on. This is not a concentration spell. Okay.
Damn.
So I guess you don't really even notice this happening because he was still hidden.
Well, that's fine.
Shit.
Still uses up some of his
He
breath.
shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's using up some breath. He's bubble.
Some bubbles come to the surface. He must have cast a spell. Shit. All right. Intitark. He is going to be moving. He's under the water. You see him move this way, and then you lose visual on him.
Was that the half giant?
Yep.
Does he provoke from the fish thing? No, the crab knight's the one that's engaged with him.
The one that's engaged
Okay.
in melee with it, and it is now the creature's turn, and it will strike against said crab knight.
Get him.
Don't get him. Don't get him.
Crit nat 20.
No, but he rolled pretty good. Oh my gosh, I think he got him exactly on his AC. Oh my He exactly hit him.
I love this. I love this session. It's great. It's a good session.
It's just Esper fighting himself.
We're just like sitting here in the back. It's like
Walk
this is gonna be.
from the door. Oh, right.
Yeah, we're just like sitting back here. Like,
we're
this
in
is
the
gonna be.
we're in the stadium holding up the sign for
There-
the sea monster.
These are gonna be some nice milestones after tonight's session.
Oh yeah, totally.
GM rolls the dice. It hurt itself in its confusion.
I mean, honestly, I still think we'll get some good milestone out of this, even though we didn't risk as much. We used really good.
Yeah, we use tactics. Yeah, we use strategy.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a very deadly of what abilities they've shown. Oh shit! That's its attack damage.
Well, a little bit of chaos on our side never hurts.
No wonder that shield
Oh, I
spell
rolled
kept going
so
off.
high. I rolled so high. The
Can you
enemy
tell us?
party can't roll for shit on their D20 rolls, but the lake monster can roll like nutso on its damage. It's already
It's because
high
he knows how to sponge it up.
enough.
Yeah. So how much damage, out of curiosity, Esper?
A lot.
A lot.
How much would a lot be in terms of above 20,
Yes.
What do we
above
see?
30?
What do we see from this?
Blood. We see blood.
There is a struggle in the water, and it looks like the Crab Knight just suffered a tremendous hit from the thing's raduli, and that it looks like its hit is very, very. Like, it looks
I know
like
that-
one attack, but if it hits with it, it's quite.
I know
Terrible.
that we wouldn't know, but could you tell us the damage? I'm just curious.
Tell us later when it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah. I'm
28,
Okay, that's pretty
and that
good.
was with him making his saving throw against the poison.
Oh,
God, that's
half damage.
insane.
half
That was
damage poison.
that was all of my health before I leveled up.
Yeah, that would have almost dropped me.
So we're gonna pause things here.
Yep.
We've just finished out a round.
Come back.
There's still some things to unfold here.
for sure.
It's been quite a unique combat encounter, and I still think it's going to have a couple twists
Twists. Yeah, for
to it.
sure.
So very, very curious. I have to say I quite enjoy this combat encounter because it's breaking us out of the mentality of what a combat encounter has
Right.
to be.
Right.
It's like, oh, you have to be in this little room and you have to be directly fighting the
Within
thing. It's just
move
your side versus
speed.
their side, and it's
Yeah.
very Final Fantasy, right? So,
Mhm.
okay, cool. Thanks,
I'm just
guys.
surprised
And,
they abandoned the boat.
Yeah, that was interesting. Like I would have stayed on
Well,
the
they
boat.
didn't expect the sea monster, but
the monster was the
Yeah.
wild card there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would have stayed in the boat as well.
Yeah, they could have gone back on the boat afterwards, but then they would have gotten shot to pieces by us. So,
Yeah.
still, it's a no-win situation for them.
The
Let's be
chaos,
honest.
the chaos of
place.
battle and unexpected monsters popping up out of the poison lake.
Well,
Yep.
I just want to give my inspiration vote to the sea monster. I think that he'll need it for next time to roll with advantage on the Crab Knight.
Exactly.
I'll see you guys next time, and everybody else.
2
we'll see you
weeks.
in 2 weeks' time.
Yep. Back
Yep.
to that.
We're back
All
to
right.
the normal
Happy
schedule.
Memorial Day to everyone as well.
Yep. Happy Memorial Day, everyone.
Indeed.
All right.